Yay! We're in. Okay, hi. I'm so excited to do it with like both of you guys because we've never done like a live together, like all three of us, and then like welcoming Chloe to her first live. Yay!
So
That's
fun. It's only a
scary.
little scary.
Sure.
It gets easier the more you do it, but the nerves will never go away.
Why do you
No
get
way.
nervous? Are you like, oh my god, what am I gonna say?
I think it's a mix of like nobody's ever gonna show up,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna be a little loser talking to myself for 2 hours, or it's just like, what if something goes horribly wrong? Just
Oh my
anxiety.
Well, we have a person. Hooray! Hi, Lily.
Lay
um,
down.
who is reading The Villa by Rachel Hawkins. I feel like I know that
See what
author.
I
I
mean
don't.
about the cats?
Oh, hey! We have two buddies going on right now.
They have
Oh my
they have
goodness.
cats. They
We have cats, and they'll be very annoying the whole time.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Do you guys know the author Rachel Hawkins?
Yeah, she writes thrillers.
Oh, really? Then I wasn't who I was thinking. I was
She
wrong.
wrote The Heiress, and there was another one that she came out with that I have. Reckless Girls?
Otherwise, Lily will let us know because I have no idea. We were just
Yeah.
talking about that. We will be reading on these live streams. Normally, I'm like so chatty. So is Sam, and Sam was like, "No, please, I need to read." I do too, though. It happens. She also writes under a different name, but I have only read Reckless Girls so far. Okay, so I guess like thriller. Hi, April. Nice to see you on here. That is also someone that I really want to live stream with at some point, someday, sometime, because we always talk about live streaming and we just haven't.
So hard to schedule time with people. It's always like, I would like to in theory, but I won't see you for another 3 months.
Which is why I thought it was so funny your day off is also Wednesday because
Yes.
everyone's like, that is the most random day to have off. And like, yeah, but it's also really nice.
It's also like the most perfect day to have off.
I
My
think
week is
so.
split into 2.
Yeah. Also, there's just no one around when I was like doing my errands. Like I shipped something, I changed my oil, washed my car, like no one. It's a great
Let's
time.
go.
It's a beautiful time. Okay, so what is everyone reading during the sprint? Yes, the Phantom of the. Is that the original? Isn't there like a million?
This is the original. 38 pages in.
Out of how many?
It's not the musical, so I have to like shift my head to be like, okay, it's not going to be the same of the musical that you've watched a bajillion times.
That's why I'm scared to read it. I love
Yeah.
Phantom of the Opera musical. The book is intimidating.
It's intimidating.
Mhm.
I'm like, I know what's happening, I know who the characters are, but I'm also like, this isn't how it happens in the movie. So it's wrong.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
How long is the book, or what makes it? Is it the writing that makes it intimidating, or?
It came out like forever ago. I think it's kind of written like it's a true story documentary of
Oh,
the Phantom of the Opera,
okay.
which isn't what I expected.
Okay, that's interesting.
But the author was alive from 1868 to 1927, so it's a very old book.
Sounds like it. Chloe looks suspicious. She looks like I'm just never reading that.
269
I love
pages.
the musical, so like
Musicals. So
eventually
good.
I would love to read it, but I don't know if my brain can physically handle, like, or mentally, I guess, handle reading that book. So
Really?
I have the audiobook to help me.
okay,
That's pushing
I'm
me
like,
through.
that's impressive. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
I also don't like classics though.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a really hard time reading classics. So and I wish I could be that girly, that classic reading girly, but I'm like, I
Yeah.
try to read like a
I
Jane
want
Austen,
to.
and I'm like, this is the most boring thing, so.
Yeah. I will be reading, hopefully, Dracula this month too, because I'm in a
Ooh.
Discord where they're like doing it week by week with different chapters, and I'm like, I'll attempt.
Wait,
Oh
so
my
have you done Dowry of Blood already?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Dowry of Blood.
Of course.
That's good.
It's so good. If you haven't read it, if you're in the chat and you haven't read it yet, you have to. It like the writing is gorgeous. I will never get over that book. It is so beautiful.
It's short, it's sweet, it's steamy. And polyamory.
Yes.
Mhm.
Look, Courtney also said she loves midweek days off. It's like the way to go.
It really
I
is.
have Wednesday, Thursdays off, and I love it.
Yeah. It just like makes the week feel like I've got part 1 and part 2. I've got 2 Mondays and 2 Fridays.
Yeah. It's so cute. Look, this is such a cute comment. Why is this the cutest trio I've ever seen? Adorbs.
I love Sasha.
I feel like I recognize the
Incredible.
user from Instagram. And
She's
stuff.
incredible. She's my Aussie friend, one of bajillions. Hopefully meeting in 2025.
Is that the one from the
Oh.
Discord? Because I did
Meredith
see-
has a Discord,
Yes.
and Sasha's in that, and then she did Mystic. I don't know if she did Phantom readathon.
I saw
but-
saw that, and I saw the form she sent for the meetup, and I was like, I need I'll do it. I will go.
Yeah, no, if you want to meet me,
out here.
my
Yeah.
parents are like, yeah, no, we'll go with you so you don't have to travel alone across country for the first time. I'm like, okay. So
in
even
my
if I
head,
don't go to
can
the
I do-
event,
in my head, I was like, can I do in a Formula One race? So like, I'm over there. That was-
Of course, you would go for a Formula One race.
yes.
That's so you. I love it.
It's double. Hi, we have Mrs. Peacock. Hi. And then they said, I'll be reading The Witching Hour by Anne Rice. So we got a little spooky theme going on. I like it. I'm reading The Do's and Donuts of Love. Okay, I've heard good things about
That
that
sounds
one.
cute.
Yes.
I just like the name of it.
yeah.
Same April. She said, I don't know what to read. Because I guess that's a good segue into my stack. I have 3 in an audiobook because I have no idea.
Bunny.
It's so good. It is
Only Bunny.
so good.
That's all you
I
need to
know.
read.
Both of you were like, please let me know your thoughts. And I think I was mainly DMing Sam about it because you saw it on my story. You're like, I'm so sorry if you think it's like bizarre, but it's so good and it
I
changed me as
started
a person.
screaming, yeah.
And like it is so good, but I haven't been able to like sit, and I've enjoyed it so much. I don't want to finish it. It's one of those instances where like I don't want it to be over. So
Yeah, but it's a
all of
good
these
book to
are so
reread.
good.
So like you'll finish it and then you can read it again
Okay.
with
But
like
I
new
have
context.
so many books to read, Sam. I don't. Oh no! Like I have so many. I'm like I don't want the journey to end. But if we're doing like a little bit of a spooky vibe, like I'll continue it. Yeah, because it's so good. I've had like a great time, and it's so funny seeing people like comment on the cover. They're like, "Oh, you're reading Bunny." I'm like, "It's not cute. Like it's not what you think. It's not a cute bunny story or anything."
I mean,
like
the bunnies are kind of cute, but
They're
like
crazy. They're crazy. And then I have the audiobook, the Disney High audiobook that's like blowing my mind as well. It's like this, you might Chloe, I'm so sorry. I know you love
No,
Disney.
Yeah,
It is-
but I'll take the criticism for it. I mean,
I know, because like we enjoy, I mean, I feel like it's still a huge stamp, like Disney Channel, like it's a
Mhm.
huge stamp in our life. We're all around the same age. And like this author writing all the breakdowns of how it became an empire, like a tween empire, and like the downfall of it. Like she goes into Sweet Life of Zach and Cody and Lizzie McGuire and Raven, That's So Raven, like all of that with
The
like the
older stuff.
writers of the show. Yeah, like with so many officials and so many off the record people who are like, I don't want Disney to like be mad at me. But it's like both heartbreaking and also so cool, but also so it's like heavy still to read because you see the poor treatment, especially as more people come out and like have talked about their time.
yeah,
no, I
Allison
definitely want to
Stoner.
read that. Yeah.
Allison Stoner has an incredible YouTube channel where she's done like deep dives into like the child star pipeline, and it's an incredible documentary.
Okay.
So if you've not watched
Did a
that,
Nickelodeon one just come
from
out?
Camp Rock?
yeah, Alice Stoner, she's mostly a dancer, but she was in Camp Rock and Sweet Life Zack and Cody and a few other things on Disney Channel.
Yeah.
But she's done like this really big like, hey, we need to do something about this.
She popped up a lot on my Facebook. I feel like so old. Like I find the weirdest reels on there, but yes, on there, and then on YouTube. And she had some really. I was really surprised to see her in the new documentary that Demi Lovato created, and had her in there, and apparently they had like a sit down apology that Demi gave to her, like she didn't know from all the podcasts and stuff she heard. It was crazy. So I want to watch that too, but it's just a lot. Yeah, see, Allison and Demi just did a child star documentary together. Yeah. And like Raven Simone was like on it too. It was like crazy. I can't wait to see it, but it's been so heavy that I'm like, maybe I should read something nice.
Yeah, Bunny, nice and light and easy.
Yeah, fiction. All fiction.
I haven't read Bunny yet. I want to though. I've heard wild things about it.
Oh, really? I thought you had read it
Yeah.
already because you even
Mm-mm.
commented on Goodreads like, I need to know your thoughts after this. I was like, oh, she read it too.
Oh, no, I've heard some wild things about it. So I mean, I have it. Like I own the book. I just haven't read it yet.
Oh, so you're gonna read it in October?
Sure. Why not?
You will.
I'll buddy read with you. Let's go. No, I just
It's so good. It's wild. It's insane. It's like one of the maybe 3 books that like made me go into a spiral after I read it, where I was like, I need everyone's theories. I need to know what everyone says and thinks. I watched so many podcasts.
Oh, no, I'm scared. I'm definitely that crazy person like Sam. I'll spiral. I'll go in theories if it's that hard. Okay, well, you did the research. I'll come to you after and start asking you, and then we'll pull in Chloe so we can all spiral together. We'll do like a bunny live stream.
Oh my goodness. Ugh.
American Drowning Tide. Have you guys read that? That's the new Alison Saft.
But it looks beautiful.
I want to eventually. It's such a good cover. Her covers slap.
Mm-hmm. It looks stunning. I don't know anything about it, but the cover, I want it. So
I know. I unboxed it. It was like an Owl Crates edition, I think.
Thank you for telling me that. I almost bought it on Aardvark, but I was like, I don't want to know. I don't want to buy it until I see all of my subscriptions, just in case. So now I know. I'm so happy I didn't buy it.
Okay. Sorry.
I was like genuinely like this close this month, being just like, what if I just did it? I'm trying not to duplicate my books right now. So thank you.
Good luck.
Good.
I know.
It's a struggle for real.
It seriously, it's so hard.
I'm glad that wasn't like a spoiler because I would have felt so bad. But I've been unboxing them out of order, so I don't even know when it happened. I don't know anything. She said, Sasha Reed said, Sam, I would actually die if you came.
It sounds like we're gonna come. It sounds like my parents and I are coming to Australia in that like week span. Whether or not I end up at Babe or not, I'm not sure because I'm scared tickets will sell out before like I buy everything. But 2025, it sounds like I'm going to Australia. Which is
that when is that month? I should have filled the form just in case.
It's the end of May.
Oof.
I think it's like May 31st or June 1st.
There's so many festivals that happen in the spring, but summer, but I would do it. I'd be like, why not? Let me book festival all the way out in Australia. Yeah. Speaking of Formula One, Chloe, you're like, what am I doing? I'm trying to convince Chloe. I'm going to convince Sam now to do LA Times Festival of Books.
I'll go.
Yeah, you said that you're down.
I know. We did Y'all West last year. I'll go to LA.
Yeah.
Again, I guess.
Yeah. My problem is I would do it. But then I'd be like, yeah, well, I'll just like drive down to LA. And then I'll die because it's a long drive.
I'm gonna offer you the same thing I offer Chloe. Come fly here. I'll drive us down. Like you're good.
Because that flying thing sounds so scary. I've never flown alone.
Sam,
oh, it's so easy. You got this.
Sam, spread your wings.
My name's Sam. I've got mad anxiety.
Oh, same girl, same.
Oh, take something. You're okay, Bunny. You got this. Bunny.
You're okay.
I will get better.
I'm like, come here, Bunny.
You're okay, Bunny.
Okay, speaking of
sorry.
You're fine. Formula One, I'm reading Throttled by Lauren Asher. My friend and I are on a journey to find a good Formula One romance book because it's been rough out there. And I think we have one so far that is good. We will see.
Have you read Throttled? Girl. Is that the one you made your
Yeah, I have a video.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I bought like cute merch finally after being a fan for years. Mm-hmm. And then I tried this romance and then I kept going in the series. And that's all I'll say on this stream. we'll, we'll let people enjoy. I wish I could read Bunny for the first time again. Great. Someone said that about A Diary of Blood, so I'm excited. Now we need
I want
Chloe
to
to
read.
read Bunny.
Yeah, I need to. I've been wanting to. I want to read Diary of Blood authors Saint St.
Gibson.
Yeah, just came out with a new book, and I want to read it.
Evocation.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
I read that one.
it's also supposed to be like a throuple or something like that.
Oh,
right?
no. Evocation,
goodness
I'm
gracious.
going to read because I finished An Education in Malice and like, but like I'm excited. I want to try Evocation because her writing was just so stunning in A Dowry of Blood. I'm not ready to give up on this author. It's so good.
Yeah.
I liked
love
both
Dowry of
A
Blood.
Dowry of Blood and An Education in Malice. So everyone hates Evocation, but I'm reading it this month, and I think I will be the outlier. That's like, well, yeah, it's bad, but like I like it.
Oh, really? Oh, no. I am actually planning to read it this month as well. Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Wow. All right, I guess I'll plan on reading it too this month, I guess.
Yes. It sounds a
But
little
yeah.
bit like Masters of Death a little, and I really enjoyed the plot there, but like with An Education in Malice, it just felt so pointless at the end. My buddy read that with the same person. Everybody read A Dowry. We loved A Dowry. And then this one we were like, so what was the point? We're like, there's no point. It just felt so aimless, And the only reason I liked it was because it kind of overlapped with A Dowry, is all I'll say.
Oh yeah,
That saved it.
the
That saved it.
cameo.
I just got
Okay.
Evocation from the library. I should start that before. Same. That's
I have
why.
3 copies, so I'll be upset if I don't like it.
3 copies.
I bought the Owl Crate one because it was stunning, but yeah, that's.
I have that one, and I kind of like the original cover more.
I have the original cover, the Fairy Loot, and the Owl Crate.
What does the Fairy Loot look like? Can you show us? Unboxing with Sam.
I'm sorry to bother you.
Yeah, because I really liked. Okay. I'm excited for Romantasy-Con in February. I know April was trying to convince me to go to that one too, and I was like, everything's so far away. I don't know how far I should be scheduling things. Ooh, okay, that's pretty. Dang. I like the stenciled edges. I don't have Fairy Loot YA. Well, if I like it, I might come to you and be like, can you give me that one, please?
But yeah, it's very pretty. I'm very excited about the tarot magic.
Mm-hmm.
Me too. I'm curious.
I like that kind of stuff.
Let me
It'll be
see.
fun.
Hi, Rick. Sorry, go ahead, Chloe.
No, you're good. I was gonna say what I was reading.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I asked you and then I forgot.
No, you're good. I'm not in a reading mood, so I have Stalking Jack the Ripper, my annotated copy. I'm gonna continue annotating it.
Ooh.
But I'm on page 68, and this is like I'm slowly making my way through annotating this book. So
Chloe
That's
and
what I'll be
Stalking Jack the
doing.
Ripper are like you can't have one without the other. I can never see that book without thinking of Chloe. It's like it's her baby. It's her
It is
love.
my baby.
Yeah.
I know. I love it so much. But I've been slowly annotating all my paperbacks for the series. So I was like, I didn't feel like reading today. So I was like, during sprints, I'll just read this and annotate it because I could always read Stalking Jack the Ripper.
I think it'll be a fun buddy read for me and my mom because it's on my TBR. But I think my mom would love it.
Yeah, that'll be so fun. I've gotten like everyone in my personal life to read this series.
Same. like I do that
I'm
with
like,
everything that I like. I'm just like, here, please.
Yep. I'm like, I will buy you a copy. Just go read this for me, please.
Merry Christmas, you all get the same book.
Yep, exactly. Family book club, we're all reading Stalking Jack the Ripper.
Sam, you read Anatomy though, I think, right?
I DNF'd
No,
it.
I haven't.
You DNF'd Anatomy. I think you said you weren't in the mood.
Yeah, it was very historical and dense, and I was just like, girl,
It's
I want
slow.
something fluffy and chill.
Yeah. I think I remember you saying you just weren't in the mood for that type of book at the time.
Yeah.
Because you were reading, lighter stuff. But that's why I was like, oh, I think if you read that one, you'll like Stalking Jack the Ripper a lot. So we'll see.
I know that my friend Melody
on my shelf
liked it.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
And I know I keep telling Chloe, like, try it. It won't be stalking Jack the Ripper, but it's like similar elements enough that I think you'd like it. But after seeing your reactions to some historical romance, maybe you won't. But like stalking Jack the Ripper is like kind of historical romance, like, you know.
Yeah, it is. No, it is. It's like, I don't know why Stalking Jack the Ripper hit me so hard when I read it. It did. And
It's just the right vibe.
Yeah. I like that dark academia, like murder mystery, but also with like detective romance couple.
That's what I thought she would love, and it's exactly that. Like that's I'm like, you gotta read it, you gotta do it.
I'll read it eventually. It's on
like
my
cozy.
shelf. I have both of them.
What's that one series with Veronica Speedwell? The Curious Beginnings. I feel like that is on par with Stalking Jack the Ripper. Like for whatever reason, those two books I kind of lump in my head together. Haven't read either, but they seem the same to me.
Oh my goodness. Wait, what do we have? Okay. Oh yeah, April hasn't flown either, Sam.
Yeah, it seems scary alone because you're just like,
oh,
alone.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
it's kind of nice. You don't have to deal with other people. It's just like I can put on my headphones and not care. Just make sure I get to my date on time.
I'm gonna be like Gavin. She said, "Leave me alone."
Exactly.
I'm going to Disney by myself.
No, I love it. I'll go by myself. A little date by myself.
Yeah.
Treat myself.
Yeah, in theory, I'm like, I could be a girl boss. I could read on my Kindle on the plane by myself, but then like going through security and finding my gate, I just like have like the worst case scenario. I'm gonna end up at the wrong gate. I'm gonna miss my flight and I'm gonna be sad.
Oh my goodness. I think you're fine. I think travel with someone who knows how for the first. You'll learn a lot.
No, I've been on planes. It's just been
Sam.
2 or 3 years. It's been a while.
Exposing Sam. She lied.
It depends on the airport too, because some airports just are awful.
Yeah.
Like I never want to
like Portland Airport's cute.
It's okay.
Portland, yeah. I like the Portland. I like Seattle Airport too. I think those are like some of my favorite airports.
Yeah, we usually fly out of Eugene because it's just right there.
Yeah.
But it's so small.
Then you're fine. You won't get lost.
They don't do a lot of flights though either. Like they're more expensive, so it's easier to get to Portland if you can. But
okay, well, I made someone nervous about reading Throttled. I'm sorry. It's okay though. It's okay. And Courtney was like, "We'll see late. Yeah, we'll still be sprinting. It'll be a good time." Sam, the worst case scenario, anxiety spiral gets us every time.
Every time.
That's rough. It's so weird because anxiety is just so frustrating because I traveled basically since I was like super tiny and traveled by myself since I was 12. And so like on the plane and like abroad. So whatever. And then I developed anxiety later, just like general anxiety. And you couple that with like, that was the first time I was ever having panic attacks at the same time.
Oh no.
And one of my flights, I nearly missed it from like Germany back home. And I really needed to get home and like see my family because I was homesick. So I start like running and I literally was having a panic attack as I'm running through the halls. So you know how that feels. Like you can't breathe, you're already running. And like getting on the plane, my brain just started associating like panic attacks and planes. And so it took like another 3 years or so to like not feel that anymore. So recently my good story, my hope there is that now I can be on the plane and I can like sleep as we're like about to take off and like I'm more normal again, you know, like I feel okay and safe. But that was awful. That was like an awful development.
You know, it's similar to me too, because I flew a lot when I was younger, like by myself, because I had divorced parents, and so I would fly back and forth by myself. And I was fine when I was younger, but as I've gotten older, I've had more anxiety about it. And I've also gotten motion sickness on planes now. Like I never had motion sickness before, and now like if I'm not by a window, it like I'll start nausea and you know all of this stuff that comes with that. So that's fun. But yeah, it developed and I hate it now, but whatever.
Yeah. No,
but
it's no fun.
You got this.
Yeah. It's one of those things like it as much as like I hate it and every time Austin's like just expose yourself to the things that make you anxious, I want to punch him in the face. But at the same time, like, yes, exposure therapy to an extent works because you're practicing and you get better at it. But it's so scary the first couple times that you're just like, I just want to do it. I just want to do it.
What sucked more was like that was my field, you know? And so as this was happening, it was so weird having a brain that's like, oh, like developmentally, this is what's triggering in your cognitive brain. And my anxiety is like freaking out, like, what if you die? You know, and I'm like, like how do you know? And I was almost like therapying myself, like, okay, Joanna, we have to keep doing this or you're going to develop a phobia. And my other brain was like, I hate this, what are we doing? So it was a ride. And what April said here about like it's frustrating when normal things become hard for some reason is so true.
Grocery stores for me, grocery stores and gas stations, for whatever reason, those are the main things that give me panic attacks.
I can kind of understand gas stations though.
Like going into the gas station or just like putting gas in your car?
So Oregon, for the longest time, you couldn't pump gas, and now they changed it so you can pump your own gas, and I don't know how to do that.
But people
so every time I go, it's like, if my guy isn't working there, no one will come help me, and then I won't have gas. So it's just like, you guys have made this so much harder for what?
Yeah.
The first time I was in Oregon, that was like mind-boggling to me. I was like, why is this dude touching my car? Get away.
Yeah, no, every time I drive up to Washington, I'm like, why is nobody helping us? No one's coming out. What's going on?
I love that. I miss that because during winter or like days you don't want to get out of your car, it is so nice. Like it was so, but then when I moved back to California, that was like, oh, I forgot. Like I pulled up to the station. I was like, oh yeah, it's just me. I have to do it now. And then like a month later, I read that Oregon was like no more. And I was like, well, I guess I moved at the great time because I would have had to pump in the dead of winter, you know.
No.
Good luck, Sam. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I've got this one guy at a Shell. He's really nice. He's been there for years. My mom loves him. So I just show up on the days he works.
Oh my God.
This is the beginning of a rom-com, you know?
Yeah, I'm going to help him with his taxes, and then he'll fall in love with me, and I'll take him for every penny he's worth.
Gas station romance?
Wow, that sounds like a villain story, Sam, not a romance
He's so
story.
old.
You're not going to leave him broke. Like, that's not...
so old.
She's a thriller girly, so she's out here like, and then I kill him, and then he's in the cupboards, and, you know, it's a whole other
And then
story.
I have to hide his body within the gas station.
Yeah. They probably fit him in like a fuel tank, like an empty fuel tank. We'll just take it. No one will think about it.
I'm glad YouTube doesn't care about my channel here. It'll be censoring left and right.
Sorry.
They're like, what's BookTube? It's fine.
Yeah, I'm talking about the plot of a book I'm writing. It's completely fiction.
Exposing Sam's look.
Yeah, like it's so much better than having to be like allegedly. It's just, well, it's fiction. It's a story.
It's fake news. I'm not a fan of exposure therapy. Imagine having a phobia of dogs and everyone thinks you're being dramatic. Not fun having to calm down from panic attacks. I'm sorry. That does suck when people don't believe, like, no, I really can't. I'm not there.
My favorite thing is in midst of like in the middle of a panic attack, they just go, calm down. Like that's gonna help. Just calm down.
Just relax.
Thanks.
Just don't think about it. It's like, no.
Why didn't I think of that? Yeah, just calm down.
Which is like, if logic helped, none of us would have issues. Like none of us. Because like I said, that was also in my field. I'm like, I know. Like I know more than you would even think I know.
I'm so painfully self-aware of my mental health issues.
Yeah.
I know, but that doesn't help me.
You're like, I'm aware. I'm very aware. Yeah. Like my own therapist was like, you're very aware. Can't logic anxiety. You really can't. And this is why we read. Great. This is why
escapism.
Let me pull up the timer here because I think we can, after a nice lighthearted chat.
Very lighthearted.
Honestly, this is a good chat compared to some of our previous chats where we just go off the rails. You know,
yeah,
people benefit from this.
I'm like, have we? I'm in my head. I'm like, all our chats seem normal, Sam, and I feel like that shows you.
Not our last stream, but the one on your channel last. We got so unhinged, and I don't even know what we talked about. Like I blacked out. Like it was just so chaotic. It was a blast. It was so fun.
Me, I'm
But-
just like, what a wholesome episode. And Sam's like, it was unhinged. But Little Dove said it's their vibe. Well, welcome to spooky sprints, I guess. Just
God,
chaos.
I'm
We have real nightmares and fake nightmares in this sprint, and we're here for it.
I'm so mad that it's October, but I'm so happy and excited about it. Came way too fast, but I'm
How's the
happy to be
weather?
here.
Can I just ask that before we sprint? How's the weather? Because it's
Good.
hell here.
It's cold. It's getting colder.
It's still
Sun's
79
setting
degrees
early.
outside here, and it makes me angry.
No.
Yes, ma'am.
It's
I'm
your
like, our autumns are supposed to be beautiful here. What happened?
yeah, climate change.
Yeah.
We hit 100 today, so it's been gross.
Gross.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I always say that like fall and winter, the beaches are beautiful, and people always think that it's in the summer for California, and it's not. But I'm excited I'll be like in Portland this weekend, so that'll be really fun.
It was like 80 today, but it's cooled down pretty quick. Now it's like nice summer 60s. But
just
the
like
leaves are changing colors.
there you go.
It's so
I
pretty.
miss that. I miss that so much about Oregon. Here, I feel like the leaves are green, and then one day they're just gone. Like, where did
Yeah.
fall happen?
Yeah. It's like the perfect time to visit Oregon.
Yes, I'm excited. Like, I miss my friends. I think we're gonna do like Halloween Town.
Yeah, you're mentioning pumpkin patch and stuff.
Yes,
You're gonna have fun.
yes. So we'll be pumpkin patching, and what else? Oh, and Twilight Marathon.
Yes.
It's gonna happen.
Right.
I'm so excited. I was like, can I just get cute pajamas because we're gonna be couch rotting, and like I can still look nice, right? It's cooling down in New York City. Yes, Daphne. That's why she's running. Oh, see, way more comfy to run. I was thinking like oh, she's probably running now.
Yeah. She just did like a 14-mile run like a day or two ago, and I was like,
Casually.
insane behavior.
I told her I was gonna message her when because this November I'll be like traveling, so I feel like the only like move your body thing I'll be able to do intentionally will be like running. So I need to message her like, how do I not die? Like, what do I do? Do I stretch? Like, what what happens? So yes,
I
definitely
bought myself a walking pad for the office.
Ooh.
get those steps in, girl.
Yeah. It'll be fun, I think.
Walking
Hopefully.
pads are fun until your cats get on them and then like trip you.
See,
And then
it's my office like at my actual profession job.
Okay.
So I don't have to worry about animals, and I'm like, this is good, and I can just hang out here.
Yep, there you go.
Fingers
That's
crossed.
what I was scared of. Because one of my cats is kind of a menace, so she would definitely get on the freaking walking pad.
She said the 14 miles was overkill, but fun.
Yeah, she did it with like her dad and her husband, so
Yeah.
it was like good company at least. If
I
I
was
was doing a 14-mile alone, death.
I was like, what an athletic family. Goals. Love to see it. Okay, here we go. Everyone got their book, got their pick. We're gonna try it before we come back and apparently go more unhinged. Or apparently this is less unhinged than the last.
This is
conversation.
wholesome and sweet and fun.
If you say so, Sam. Okay. Okay, I'll catch you guys in 30 minutes. forgot that my timer does not have sound. So we'll come back.
Hello. I've been eating.
As you should.
As I should. Austin texted me while we were live. He's like, "You want food?" And I was like, "Yes." And so he's like, "I will get Panda Express." I'm like, "Great." And then he left.
That sounds so good right now. My soul. Sam, what is this? What is this?
What part are you at?
I want to talk about this with you so bad because I feel like I was understanding.
The DMs are open, girl.
And then I got crazy. I got to the workshop.
Okay.
The workshop. The first workshop that like Samantha is now a part of. Now Bunny's in there. And Bunny sat and Bunny's now we. This is crazy.
Mm-hmm,
What is this? Is this like metaphor for writing? No.
It is a metaphor. Maybe. For something else.
It feels like a mix of like
you won't know anything even when you finish.
Because I'm like yeah, this is a dream. Let's build a bear. You know what I mean? But like,
she said that she's might be writing a sequel or a prequel. I'm not sure, and I'm really excited about that. I think she like soft launched at like an interview event. She was like, "Yeah, I might write a sequel to it." Since all of her other books aren't as popular.
Because we're confused by like, what does this even mean?
What does it mean? That's the question.
Yeah. The Montrose experiments. But it's like it's so funny when people say it's funny. Because I'm like,
it's like a dark sense of humor, but it is.
It is like them acting like bunnies. Yeah. Okay, I'm lost, Bunny.
I think I thought this book was something very different.
Most people.
Yeah, no. The way that it's pitched is not what it is.
I thought it was about like witches turning men into bunnies.
You thought it was what?
No? Okay.
No.
Like
it's like a dark academia. We're following Samantha, and she's joining a girls group called the Bunnies. It is like dark academia in the sense that they care about literature, and I think that's the main focus of their class. And they're like all in a class together, and she's like, "I hate these girls," and then they're like, "Actually, Samantha, you should join us for an event." And she's like, "Well, I've always wanted friends, I guess."
Yeah, it still plays on like elitism because she's very much not like a rich girl, but these girls are. So it plays on that too, on her wanting to be a part of that society. And at the time I was on a kick because I was reading this other book that also plays on this outsider kind of looking in, like very Gossip Girlish, like Dan from Gossip Girl. Like he wants to be on the inside. So Sam gives that same vibe in this book where like she wants to be on the inside, and you see her kind of fight like falling into norms, but she loses really fast. So
okay. Well, I thought it was about women turning men into bunnies, and now I'm a little sad. So.
But it's also like, no, you might be really sad. Like the main trigger warning here is there's a lot of death in this.
It's gory.
Oh,
there's
it's
some
very gory.
I'm fine with that.
No, it's the best way to pitch it is like it's a fever dream of a story.
Honestly,
like you're just confused for the whole ride,
trip.
and then at the end you're like, okay, what does it mean?
Are you sure? Can I understand? Because I thought I was understanding.
You'll think of something when you finish it, and there's like usually two camps that people fall in.
Oh,
either love it or hate it, kind of a thing, or
no theories, right?
Just the theories.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've met very few people that don't like Bunny.
Really?
Most people give it 4 or 5 stars.
Yeah,
I've just heard it's a wild time, and I thought it was about women turning men into buddies, and now I'm upset.
It's definitely different. It's like mixing in so much different types of spaghetti together that you're like, what am I reading? It's a mess. It's weird. It's gory.
Mm.
It's a good time to read it too because it does give like very witchcraft vibes, which is what I was telling people. Like, you probably don't expect kind of like witchy things to be in here, but I also feel like witches appear a lot in like feminist novels. And so that I feel like right away when I saw it, I was like, okay, that makes sense. And like,
It's also Dark Academia, and
yeah,
that
the
is just
control
peak fall
makes
vibes.
sense. Yeah. And like, I don't know, but hearing the voice change is like, it's more trippy than ever because she's just on something. Like, she's on one. And like, unreliable narrators, it's really difficult to understand the book when you have a really unreliable narrator. And so now that she's definitely tripping, it makes the voice even more difficult to follow. And I'm like, oh, they are collectively bunny. Like, I am I'm so confused. I forgot who Queen Bee was in the first place at this point.
I'm literally looking up this book on Goodreads right now. Hold on.
It's crazy. Like, it's a good. How is it good? It's so weird. It's like, it kind of feels like almost like the Raven Boys. Like, how do you even describe it? I've heard Bunny is nuts, but not sure. Honestly, April, I think it might be just like pick up the Mantis book, pick up Conquered by Clippy, pick up Bunny. You
Is
don't
it a
know.
horror novel?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't think I realized that.
I
thought it was
didn't
just, like,
either
fiction.
until now. Until you asked that question, then I'm like, yeah, it is very horror-esque. It is very Frankensteinish.
Is it like culty?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Totally.
Well, now I'm back to wanting to read it. They're not being turned into bunnies, but there is a cult, so
I want this to be a movie so bad.
oh,
That could be interesting.
That would be horrendous. Like, they could go through many wways. Lemon Pixie said, I'm intrigued by Bunny now. I'll add it to my TBR. Welcome to the Unhinged chat.
Yeah, no, I genuinely like Bunny, Piranesi, and The Haunting of Hill House are the 3 books that, like, once finished, I went into a spiral doing research, like reading like thesis papers.
I love
it.
Haunting.
Was so intense. And so it's one of those books where you're just like, so much happens and it's just a wild ride till the end, but it's so
not a long
good.
book either. I'm just like thoroughly enjoying it, but yeah, I'm already like halfway through part 2. Yeah.
Yep. Is there a good audiobook for Bunny? Like, is the audiobook pretty
good? The waitlist is forever, but yeah, you can. I decided to read it because I feel like this is one of those books that reading it with your eyeballs is necessary. Or it's like, it's good, it's enjoyable. Did you like
I did a tandem read for it. I read it and listened to it both. And I think that she was fine. She wasn't like my favorite narrator ever, but I didn't think she did a bad performance. And I think she definitely played into the like fever dream of it.
The craziness. Yes. It's necessary. I also feel like I thought it was just talking so much about, again, like elitism, just the school they're in and like the acceptance and the expectations and all of that. So I was like, okay, again, another book where it very much critiques our system and like, yeah, just the merits that come with, I don't know, the merits and the character that come with certain titles, you know? I don't know. It's like everything and nothing. We'll see. But that was my reading. I was tripping. I can probably replay this and you'll see my face. Like, I think I looked at the screen because I wanted to catch Sam and she wasn't online and I just wanted to be like, what just like, because I read the party thing already and that was like a bit of a shock, but I was still following. But then when we got to the workshop and it was the way they were discussing it that I was like, what is happening? Like, this is bizarre. Like, what? That
that I think that was the part of the book where I was like, oh, I love this. Like, oh, this is exactly what I want it to be.
Yeah, it was the part of the book.
But I also read a lot of horror, and so it's
I've
hard
never
for
read
me
a horror book
ever.
I know.
Did you read House of Salt and Sorrows?
No, I've never read one. I want to. I just like, I'm such a mood reader. Like, now is the time to read one. I just haven't done it yet.
I am very shocked by this.
Because you haven't even done
That
That
Dowry.
doesn't feel
huh?
correct.
Done what, Joanna?
Dowry.
Dowry of Blood?
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider that a horror.
It's technically fantasy horror, but
It's
like
like fantasy
romance.
horror. Yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
it
it's
didn't
It has
also
give
like
me
horror
horror
elements.
vibes. Okay. I
He's
have
like-
like
But it's
gothic,
not. Yeah.
Yeah.
because like I've read like gothic books, but not like straight up like thriller horror books. Like
I've only read one, I think one YA horror, which was
Hmm.
it was good because it made you think like, was this paranormal or was this mental health? And I like that.
Baffled.
And then I read one thriller horror and I said never again. I had to DNF that, but it was because it had a very detailed and very awful scene with like child harm. That
Yeah,
was
you
like,
need to check trigger
Ugh.
warnings before
it
jumping
didn't
into
have
this
it.
horror.
It didn't have them. And it
What
and
book
it,
was it?
The Devil Takes You Home.
Oh,
Did you read that one?
I have it on my shelf.
I heard
Like-
I heard great things, and yeah, I liked his horror-esque. He very much story tells like Mexican American, which I
Mhm.
know is not everyone's cup of tea, but if you get it, you get it. And like when they hit like an awful scene, I was still fresh out of working with kids, and to this day, I just don't think so. I kind of forced myself to kind of read part of the end and figure it out, but like I
Mhm.
couldn't. I just couldn't. So that's when someone said, maybe you're not anti-thriller, maybe you just can't read thriller horror. And I tried.
It's not even that. It's
Never
just
did.
you don't want to read about kids, and that's totally fine. I think most people feel that same way about horror thrillers. Like they don't want to read often about kids and animal harm. Those are like the two most
That's what I was
common
about to say.
things.
Yeah,
And-
Animal Harm and I'm out. Like
Yeah,
You
and
cannot read this
most
book. You cannot read this book.
me?
You cannot. Yes, and that's why I was like, I don't. That's why I was very
Oh.
vivid of like, there is a lot that happens in here with Bunny.
Are they harming bunnies?
Look, just read the.
Okay. Okay, I will.
Because Chloe's such an
mean-
animal lover. I was like, I don't know if she can do this.
No, I totally get it. You just have to find the right books. Like horror is a massive genre,
Yeah.
and I know that I'm obviously a big fan of it, and so like I don't want to preach it too hard and like talk you into reading it, but you definitely just have to find like the specific ones that work for you. Like I think you would probably love more paranormal horror
Oh, I
rather
love
than
paranormal.
like
yeah.
kids getting fucked up.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
have to find
No, but I
the right path.
have a couple on my shelf. I've like one called Tiny Threads. It's like a fashion horror novel, which I'm interested in, but like I just never gravitate towards reading horror when I'm like, I can read this smutty fantasy book instead.
I feel
You
that if I
know?
didn't love horror as much as I do, I would be the same all the time.
I would say we're
Yeah.
all fantasy readers on
Yeah.
here. Yeah, we
Mhm.
are. But then we all gravitate. Like Chloe's definitely more dark academia. Sam's definitely more horror thriller. I don't know what the heck I am, but like we're all here having a good time. We're trying.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've only read Grady Hendrix horror. Yeah, and I haven't tried that one yet. Isn't that
He's
more
very
paranormal?
depends which one. I've only read one that he released last year. How to Sell a Haunted House,
Yeah.
which is not a haunted house story,
Yes, I've heard.
but the paranormal element in it is something I loved, and I was super here for it. And it just like, it gave me good vibes. So I'm excited. I'm gonna read more of Grady Hendrix this
Oh
month.
wait,
I was a
Horrid.
big
So
fan.
I read Horrid and I read House of Salt and Spears, so I guess
Oh.
2 YA. Did you
Yeah,
read Horrid?
is fun.
I have Horrid. I got it because of the cover. I'm gonna be honest.
I thought it was
That's a
good.
good book.
The cover.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
it's a
my
good book.
first YA horror, but I guess House of Salt and Sorrows is technically first. I definitely
know
think
that
that one
one.
had creepier vibes than. I don't know. Horrid was pretty good. Horrid left me like, what is happening here?
Yeah,
the
it's
end.
weird and paranormal, and
I thought it was like a Sleeping Beauty retelling or something like that. Am I wrong on that?
you're wrong on that.
Okay, I'm not.
You're like, there's
I
a
don't
rose
know
on the
what's
cover, so it
happening.
has to be princess related.
Well, she looks like she's sleeping and she's blonde and she has roses over her
She's
eyes.
blonde.
What am I supposed to think?
She's like Disney.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
like Disney.
Oops.
No, it depends, and
Go.
I don't know. Like, I don't. I'm trying to think if I've tried. I mean, like House of Salt and Sorrow did have some like harm to
Yeah,
children, in it.
it's
And Yeah,
Yes.
it did. No, yes, it did. And hardcore did. And I
It
was
did.
like, okay. I think I was okay. Not that I'm okay with that happening.
It
I
just
was
depends on the
okay.
level of graphicness. Like
Yes.
I DNF'd The Bluest Eye, and that's not even horror, it's just literary, but it's got the most graphic scenes that I've
Yeah.
ever had the displeasure of laying my eyes on. And so I was
Yes.
like, yeah, no, not for me.
And the thing is, like, I've read memoirs, where awful things have happened and it like hurts my heart. But there was just something about the way the author wrote, seeing the state of this kid and the details, because the narrator's horrified himself and he's like, you're literally scraping, like there's just awfulness there. And it made me think about real life, like docuseries I've seen. Like I would probably want to cry now talking about it, but like docuseries I've seen of like social workers failing and it was just too real, I guess is what I'm saying. And I'm like, this is too real. This is supposed to be fiction. Like I'm done. So it hurt my soul. That was the first time a book ever hurt my soul in like a really harmful, hurtful way that I was like, I need to put this book away and like say like I can't anymore. Like that was the first, and I'm really good at like I can handle a lot, but that just threw me off really bad. So
Everyone's got their limits.
that was my limit. I was like, I can't. So we'll see.
I'll try Bunny, but we'll see. I don't know. Animal harm is a thing.
Here's the thing. It's hard, but it's not so often like the main focus of the book where it's like you could like once you sense it, you could probably skip ahead and it won't be a big deal either.
I think your empathy will be touched, but that's why I was like, well, I just it's
never
like,
fun, but it's not like
it's not very detailed.
Is it?
She doesn't.
Yeah, I was about to ask. Is it graphic?
Yeah, she doesn't write it like male horror authors who just like write the worst stuff ever. Like Nick Cutter, I think. Don't touch his books. Don't.
Okay.
Oh, like this guy from The Devil Takes You Home. That was very graphic. That was very detailed. It was a male author.
Although, here's the thing: like reading about kids going through stuff is a little bit easier for me than like a kitten going through something in a horror book. Like I just won't.
No.
Yeah.
You save the cat. No.
That's my level. I'm like,
oh,
like gosh. I can't even watch. What is that stupid documentary? Like, Don't F with Cats. I can't even watch it.
Oh,
it's not about cats.
One? Yeah.
Oh
it's
yeah.
Like I can't even watch it because of like I know what's in it and I know what they do to the kittens in it, and I'm like I can't even like.
They don't talk about the cats that often. It's mostly just about like the Facebook group,
and they don't show you. It's actually really cool. Like when
you've both seen it.
Yeah, it was actually a really cool documentary. It's Don't F with Cats, I think it's called. Yeah. And it's really cool because you have these basically Facebook investigators that get pissed at this dark web video of this person harming animals, and they take it into their own hands and
we
they're
love
like
Facebook.
it. And like
I like looked up the wiki for it and I'm like,
yeah. But they don't show the, I mean, obviously Netflix isn't going to show the video of what that's happening. And like, they don't describe, if it were HBO, they probably would show everything. But on Netflix, they don't. And they mainly focus on how they found out, how they found him, how they, like all the craziness to get this done. So I feel like if anything, you might like it because it's like justice was served, like they were pissed. They were pissed. So,
it's a very interesting story, but you can also like,
oh my God, my better story.
Find it elsewhere in like a
no,
more
like,
condensed way.
Yeah, that's exactly how I like researched that. Like it will say, I think it was like some like article or something about it, and it was like, here what the videos were, and then like a very basic description of what he was doing to like animals and cats and stuff like that. And then I was like, yeah, I can never click on that. Like never. Let's anyways.
Yeah, I'm like, no. I'm like, well, both of those parties are so innocent and don't ask for anything to be done to them like that. So that's where it's really hard to read stuff like that. Just in general, like awful. But I agree with April here. That's what I was saying. She said, for me, I read fiction to get far away from real life. If it gets too real, nope. And that's why I was saying in that book. So I guess trigger warning for you, Sam. Like that is a very graphic scene that he described, and it's like a whole chapter. Like there's a whole dedication to that family and what happens with that kid. So that was like a long narrative.
Yeah, I think honestly, nothing will ever be as bad as The Bluest Eye, and I think I've now completely desensitized to everything, and nothing will ever destroy me.
Don't be desensitized.
I would
The
love to tell you that
Bluest Eye?
by Toni Morrison, it won a Nobel Prize, and it's
what?
considered a African American classic.
Why do you?
Because I don't think it should be, and it makes me mad.
It
Is
doesn't
he
even say
African
horror in the genres.
It's not. It's just literary. It's just heartbreak
Oh.
and sadness and just
Isn't that the same
pure.
with like A Little Life or whatever that is? Like I
Yeah.
won't read that book.
Yeah,
But
it's
is
like
it
suffer
fiction?
porn.
Some things.
Yeah.
Is it fiction?
I think
Yes.
so.
Is the author? Is he actually?
Which
like,
one?
For the Bluest Eye?
Yeah,
It's a
well, because you were
girl.
like, I don't think it should be. And I'm just like,
Yeah, so Toni Morrison,
Her name
she
is Chloe.
oh
Kazan. I'm sorry.
Um,
I'm just on Goodreads now looking at it.
yeah, no, Toni Morrison wrote a book. She's Black. She
Mhm.
died, so I'm not gonna speak ill of her, but also
She was
I'm
named one of
concerned
the
about her
30
mental
most
state.
powerful women in America.
Yeah. And so she wrote The Bluest Eye, which is about a small, young Black girl in the South. And it is everybody else's perspective around her and not so much her perspective. You're not in her head, but you're just seeing the people around her show you her life and how her suffering leads her to like insanity, basically. But you get two graphic predators' mindset and thoughts as they
yeah.
She's 11?
sexually do
Oh,
stuff
so
to
it's
her.
her. So it's their point of view. I can
Oh,
see how that's
goodness.
intense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're in his
yeah.
point of view. Both two different men, their point of views for it. And
Yeah.
I just was like, this is sick and disgusting, and I don't know how people can do that. I'm sorry.
That's
Yeah,
right.
there's a ton of trigger warnings. Animal abuse is on.
Yeah.
I
is one
could
of the
see
trigger
why.
warnings
I
for
could
this.
also see why it was like won and nominated a lot, because that's a really hard headspace to get into. We're getting so dark here.
No,
I was gonna
that's what
mention the
bothers me so
hotline thing
much.
too. But like, yeah, it is difficult, and it was crazy because I recommended there's a book I adore to this day, I adore, and Leandra, the TBR Zero, she read this as part of her series of like introducing booktubers, and she made an episode on like my Rex or whatever. And at one point she said, like, this book is YA. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot it's YA. She's like, I don't think it should be YA. And I'm like, it should definitely not be YA, because you do get into the mindset of a predator in that book. You do. It is in his perspective. When something awful finally happens to the MC, it is in his perspective. And so it is it is wild, but it is also a hopeful story. But I was shocked.
The Bluest Eye is not. The Bluest Eye has zero hope to it. It's just sad. Like, there's no happy ever after. It is a banned book. And I'm giving you guys the inside tea. This is a book that I reviewed. It won't be out for like a couple weeks. But I said in my video, I was like, I don't condone banning books, but at the same time, I don't think this book should be near children. Or
well, it's not, right?
It's not anymore. It's a banned book, technically.
I know, but like, was it YA?
I don't think it has an age category.
The Bluest Eye?
Yeah, I would hope not.
I think it's considered
me,
literary.
I don't think
it is just literary.
I don't think it should be banned, but like,
I don't think it should be banned in the sense of like nobody can get access to it, but I don't think it needs to be in a children's school library because
but I don't see why it would be. Like, I don't think
it's a pedo's dream. It's disgusting.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay, interesting.
Like,
but like, that's how I feel about the Game of Thrones, and like, why is that out there?
Yeah, no,
I don't think about that grown man wrote from a 14-year-old perspective, like doing things like that's weird.
Yeah, no, I think there's always room for like, it's not age appropriate, but also like I understand if a younger reader picked it up and had an adult to talk to about like how it's harmful, it could help somebody who's going through something maybe find help. But like at the same point, like there's no hope to it. It's just a little Black girl suffering and trauma and pain. And I just feel like there's other books that can do that better and like give you more room to have a discussion about it, because it's not like it's ever condoned in the book. It's not like they're ever challenging it. It's just, this is how it is and this is how they show love. And I'm just like, that's not telling somebody that this is bad. And it just bothered me so much.
I wonder how she read it though. But I mean, it sounds like it's not for kids. And April said, I don't think age appropriateness reading is not really a ban. I'm like double negative. It's like it shouldn't be near kids for sure, because that's
it shouldn't be in a public school library.
I don't think.
But a normal library is fine.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it's
I'm
just one of
thinking
those
back
things
to
where I'm
like
like,
my
ugh.
libraries, and we never had like literary. I never like even in the schools I work, there wasn't
Really?
like literary fiction like that. Just in the
Oh, yeah, we
open.
did.
Like in the school.
Mhm.
Oh, I guess my librarians were more like on it of like yeah, I saw Nicholas Sparks on there, but like I didn't see anything beyond like, anything crazy.
Mm.
That was a terrible sentence. It's okay. I don't know. I would ask Chloe, but you're always like Idaho, So
Idaho's a mess right now with book bans. So it's just, I mean, we have like signs on our libraries right now about you can't go into the library and get a book right now if you're under 18. Like, it's so stupid. Or you can with a parent, but they have to
insane.
sign off with
yeah,
every single
that's
book.
insane.
Like,
That's crazy.
it's such a big deal here right now. It's crazy. But yeah, it's a
Yeah,
mess.
I never
But I
saw
was a library assistant here, like my last year of high school, and I don't remember any literary fiction like at all.
Yeah. Well, California, and I didn't see anything crazy like that. I don't know. I guess like it really does depend on the librarian, which is what our state is trying to control or whatever. But like,
Mm-hmm. But basically, libraries can be fined here now if the parent deems anything in the book unacceptable. Anything.
I hate that so much. Ugh.
Yeah, it's really stupid. Anyways, it like rages me, so I'm like, I don't need to go.
No,
into
I feel
it,
that.
Yeah.
I agree here with April, where she says, agree, regular library material for adults. That I agree with. Yeah. That like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess I'll trust you on that, Sam, because part of me is like, oh, wow, I want to know, but like, I wonder why. Like, what's her point? Another part, the way you're describing it and like reading it, I would understand where you're like, this just enrages me. Like, this doesn't feel like it should be that type of like, I don't know, merit. You know?
It just doesn't make sense to me. And like the people that love it are so, and
Are
it's
they
like, I get it.
patriotic?
Yeah, like I get it. You can love a book. But if you can't understand like critiques of a book you love, get off the internet because people are going to have different opinions. And the amount of fights and arguments that are just sitting in Goodreads because anything less than 4 stars is just like absolutely destroyed. Like everybody is so mean about it. Like, you don't get the point. And it's like, whoa, maybe some people don't want to cross that line.
Or maybe you just don't like the way the point was made.
Yeah.
Because
So
you're
I'm
like, in
so
your
scared.
opinion, you're like, the point wasn't made. You know? Like in your opinion, you were like, I don't like that this wasn't clearly stated. This is not okay. And so I don't like the way they portrayed this. And I feel like that's a good critique, because if you're like, this is the theme and I don't see it, or like this is the lesson and it wasn't executed, that is a valid critique.
Yeah.
I think
so too. But
like
some
with
people
Bunny, I'll fight someone. I'll
so
be like,
mean
give me
on
answers. Give me answers.
You make me want to read it, but also I'm scared. No.
Do it. Read it. Do
Okay.
it. I mean, what else? Okay, the Traveling Cat Chronicles. Like, I know that was like a little sad sometimes.
I loved that book though.
Yeah.
Like, I hate literary fiction, but I loved that book. I was not excited to read that book, and at the end of it, I was sobbing.
Yeah, no, same.
What else?
I've never cried harder to a book.
Same. I was like, I'm not a big book crier, and I was at the end of that book, or like the last 20%, and I was like crying the whole time. I was like, maybe it's just like my cat mom heart too. Like,
I know. I was reading it at the end of the year. I was just sitting there, and I just start sobbing. And it was a library book, so I'm trying not to cry on it. And my boyfriend just walks in and goes, "Oh," and then walks back out.
Thanks for the hug. Thank you. Yes, April, stick to it. It's like fun for me running into Sam though, because I feel like I have these hard-hitting discussions, and I always feel like in the room everybody's like, Joanna, where are you? That I've had friends say like, you're straight up being that Barbie that's like, we're dancing. You're like, do you ever think about dying? I'm like, I'm sorry, I just have these thoughts, and I'm not trying to be negative or dark or anything. Just
I love it.
Thoughts, just process with me. Process.
Yes. No. When I read The Bluest Eye, like I immediately texted Daphne because she also didn't enjoy it. And I was like, am I crazy? And I just like was decompressing with her. we were just chatting for like an hour about it, and I was like, and now I feel a little bit better.
Okay. I'm glad someone else read it with you, you know,
Yeah.
because that helps, especially if it's not coming out yet. Like it's barely coming out. It's good. It's hard sometimes when you're like, maybe I'm crazy because the reviews
am
are
I
great.
the bad
like,
person because I don't like it?
Am I the problem?
Am I the
My
problem?
daughter loves cats and reads Warrior Cats books, and those
Warriors.
cats are dying
Yeah.
all the time.
I could never get into Warriors, and I was such
Yeah.
a cat kid, and I
April.
couldn't.
No, same.
But-
I was just like, maybe not.
Like mother, like
Yeah.
daughter, April. Y'all got your little weird streak. We love it.
Oh, speaking of weird books,
Oh
there's that new romance about the cup, the coffee cup, I think.
no, you're kidding.
April, tell us. Give us the rundown. I bet she knows about it already. She probably read it. She probably
think I
has
sent
like
it to
reviews.
Dang it.
Claimed by the coffee mug.
Oh my goodness. Not the coffee.
Let's go. Let's buddy read it right now. Kindle Unlimited.
How many pages?
I have no idea.
Okay. I'm curious. I'm sure April, you know, right? Just assume April knows every single weird romance book under the sun. She is the master.
I want to do a week of just reading weird romances, like
See?
Unhinged and
Join
Forked, and-
April's book
Yes,
club. She
same.
has a book club, weird a romance, and they do everything, and it's like fun, and she's
Seduced by
just
the
so
Pumpkin
fun.
Spice Latte. Wow.
They read that one.
That sounds like a book I need to read.
Oh, see,
Yeah, no, I
seduced
love
by
it.
the pumpkin spice latte too. See,
Yeah.
who knows? Like she's my go-to.
What's so funny
Oh my
is
goodness.
when I was doing a live discussion for this book underneath, and in it we were like just like talked about the book for an hour and a half, and then we kind of just got off topic and started just talking about things, and we decided that sometime next year we're going to come back for a discussion on Verity by Colleen Hoover.
Oh gosh.
But before that, I talked them into reading Mating with the Mantis with me, so we could talk about that as well.
You need a fun book on the side.
Yeah. Mating with the Mantis, for sure.
You know,
Yeah.
It's
So
gonna
this
be
is my
fun.
life now. It's just making people read really weird smut that I don't even like.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
I
I,
felt
haven't
like-
been able to read a Colleen Hoover. I
haven't yet either.
Verity
haven't.
will be my first.
I heard the writing is like really awful.
People have
Like the
beef with her,
actual
though.
like like the way she writes is.
I
Oh.
think she has gotten unfair critiques on some of her writing. I don't think her writing is like going to be the worst. I think people just hate on her because it's cringy and she has problematic things happening in them that
Oh, yeah.
people romanticize. I don't think her writing necessarily will be like so bad, but I'm also brain broken because of all the romantasy that I
it's so
like.
bad. No, seriously.
And a lot of the
when
romantasy I read isn't good writing,
I
but
know,
I love
but
it.
I've had people that like they've read Bad Romance and they're like, "This is bad, Joanne." Like they looked at me like just the writing alone. I was like, "Okay, that's telling to me." Like
She's got like a weird repetitive thing where she like brings up words a lot. Like in
word
It
count.
Ends With Us, she like talked about like a specific type of chair made out of a specific material like a bajillion times, and we're like, what is your weird obsession with this lawn chair? I
And you
don't
should
get
probably,
it.
like word count. Like I need to get in
Maybe.
there. She said Shakespearean level bad. Thank you, April, for bringing this up because I also thought like this man's did not know how to write.
I can't
The,
critique somebody from like
he
the
did.
1600s or whatever.
He didn't. Yeah.
The only
At
thing
the
I've seen
time-
about Colleen Hoover is for Ugly Love, and it's the sentence about their child's
Yes.
Yeah.
privates.
Things. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're still on the YouTubes. We're still
Yeah.
She makes
Yeah.
decisions for sure. She
Yeah,
I
and I'm
like I said, I
like-
think she does cringy, weird decisions, but also like kind of memifies herself. Like she knows if she says something
She
weird,
knows,
it's going to
yeah.
get buzz and popular and people are going to obsess over it.
April will always love Mantis, by the way. Number one for her.
Yeah, no. It's I'm so excited. It's gonna be so funny.
It'll be a good
Sam,
time.
have you not read Mantis yet?
Not yet. It'll be sometime next year. I think it's like 40 to 60 pages. So
Yeah, it's
They're
short.
short.
yeah.
Mhm.
Did you read it,
Same
Claire?
thing- No, I was just okay. Last week,
She's familiar.
last week I literally found this like article, and it had like 20 weird. It was like the list was like 20 weird romance books to read, and it was like Forked was on it, Mantis was on it. I'm on my phone right now, but if I had my phone, I'd pull it up. But there's like a ton of really weird, and they're like 60 to 100 pages each. and they're all on like Kindle Unlimited. So
Yeah.
It's so
I
fun.
thought
like a
about
good
reading them all, just like making a vlog about it.
It
reading
makes such a
bunch of
good
really
video.
weird romance.
That's how
Honestly,
it's
it
like,
sounds
should we
fun.
buddy read them, Chloe? Should
Oh
we
my
do
God,
like
I
a
would
week
do
of
it.
reading? Let's do it in
Yeah.
February for romance. For
Okay.
romance.
Oh, that's a good idea.
We're gonna do a
Nice.
romance weirdathon. I don't know.
Yes.
We should.
Reading a bunch of weird romance books.
Yes. We'll do it. We'll have April on. I'll be like, April, you are
I does.
our leader, our master here. I'll be like guest star. What do they call it? Like expert? Like expert guest star?
We brought on an expert.
An expert. April. She says our list has like 95 of them. She
Oh,
meant
send it to
crazy.
me.
Yes.
Send it.
I will read 95 books in the month of February.
No, you've got to make a real challenge. Do 1 week.
Well, because you
Oh,
know
yeah.
how this year I did like last year, right? Oh my gosh, it's been a year. I did like only reading romance for the whole month
Mhm.
as a non-romance reader. So I feel like I would love to do that. And like I keep joking about Conquered by Clippy, but I feel like at this point I just need to know what's
I
happening.
need to read
Yeah,
that
you
one
do.
too.
Let's do it, Chloe. Let's plan out.
Okay.
Let's plan out this readathon. People can
Oh.
join, be traumatized with us.
It'll be
Let's
so
do it.
fun.
It'll be a
And
good time.
Okay.
it'll be a good time. Was the Shrek smut on that list or the B movie smut on that list?
Oh, I saw the B movie one.
Oh gosh.
Oh my. And the swamp. Something in the
AY
swamp.
one.
The
Yeah,
Shrek
Get in My Swamp and
one.
Stay in My
Yeah.
Swamp. Those are the ones that I've read.
Did
Oh.
you have fun? Did you have regret?
I regretted the second one.
Oh,
The first
gosh.
one was kind of fun and campy, but like they're so bad. Like they're just the worst books ever, but they're so funny. And so I'm very intrigued with the B movie because that movie is like objectively horny. And so I just want to know how you turn that into a book. And out of
Yeah.
everyone, I think she
I
can
don't
do
think
it.
it's that hard, honestly.
Yeah. I just want to know how many times Jazz will be referred in the book.
To the B movie. Yeah. Do you like jazz?
Yes.
Oh, I can't believe I know that.
It's
Okay. How
called
is
Bad Behavior, a Pollinator
Yes.
love story.
a
By
pollinator?
J.M. Ferry or something like that.
Oh my
J.M.
goodness.
Ferry.
This is concerned. This live stream is
All over the
Sorry,
place.
Joy.
I think that's the one with content.
She was like,
I
these
don't
two
want
are
to
never coming
read.
back.
Oh,
Yes.
the B one?
Oh. B?
No, Get in My
Swamp
Swamp at the
one.
end has incest, and it's real gross and weird.
Oh.
Don't say the word, Sam. Don't say the word. We have it there.
You'll be fine. I say worse in my videos.
Oh, okay. Thank
They
goodness.
don't
I
cover
never
it.
know, man. You like I don't know. Never know.
They seem pretty tame or chill. Finn, stop it, sir.
B, as
But-
Janessa likes to call him, must choose fulfill his mission or embrace a forbidden love with a woman who showed him the true meaning of passion beyond words. This is the B romance.
But yeah, the sequel, Stay in
Oh.
My Swamp, also has like a weird
There's
club.
a Kool-Aid Man one?
Ew.
I didn't know that.
Hold on.
There's
Hold
a what?
on.
I know she has an AI
Hold
one.
on.
A what?
That's funny.
A smirking picture of Cherry Chill Assist Punch has been getting under her. What?
There's a lot of object ones out there for sure.
That's hilarious. Kool-Aid Man knocking down your wall.
Oh my god. I
With a
love
bang?
it.
The main wall.
Taken by my TBR.
Oh,
Oh, interesting.
oh. A little too close to home there.
I know I've been slowly
There's
reading
one
my
with
way
marshmallows?
through
Okay, I need to get off this list.
Dahlia Davis, I think. And she has like a series of romance with like a bunch of holiday monsters. So the first one's Railed by the Easter Bunny, and
I've
then
seen
I read
those.
Railed by Krampus. And those are the two I've read. There's a Grim Reaper one though that I'm actually like weirdly interested in.
Okay, I love a Grim Reaper though.
Right? That just sounds
Yeah.
like
Like a good
We
I don't
don't
know
know
if
Grim
you've-
Reaper shame here. Or like Hades,
I don't know
or
if
like
you-
God of Death. I love it.
ever played Conqueror's Bad Fur Day on the Nintendo 64. But there's a short little Grim Reaper character, and he's one of my favorite characters of that game. Very much what I'm weirdly picturing. for this romance.
Not the
I'm glad to
Kool-Aid
know this
one.
is like a safe space. Velvet Steel by not super weird, but dry, dark humor. I think we're down.
Interesting.
I really wanted to ask how your reading has gone because I definitely took us to a whole other route
Yeah.
of dark topics, dark room, dark everything. Okay, how is it going? How's it going, Sam? How's it
I
going?
kind of want to DNF it.
Oh,
Oh.
do it.
It's just like not what I wanted it to be, because it's like, let me show you these letters that people were receiving, and let me tell you the story of these events. And I'm like, I want to just be there.
Is it very like
And-
Yes.
Text.
Yeah.
I hate books like that.
Yeah, and it's
When
just like, let me.
It's just telling you everything.
Yeah, it's like, let me just reference like all of these ballets and like list a bajillion names. And I'm like, who are these people? There's so many names. And because it's like
Mhm.
French and written different, it's like MME as like instead of Mrs. or Mrs. it's like MME. And I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I'm sure that means madam, but like, I'm not used to this because I live in the 21st century. I don't know what's going on.
Wonder how people will feel later on when they see like hot AF. And you're like, why would you do that?
Yeah, people will get sick of that slang before we even die.
Yeah.
So.
True.
Okay, so Sam might ditch. I'm gonna explode. Thanks, Bunny. And then Chloe,
Oh, well, listen.
show us your
Um,
annotations.
Just like, I love my book, actually.
Show the
I was
class.
about to find one because literally I cover like a whole page in pink. My annotations are nothing special. Literally, every time Thomas talks, it's pink highlighter is out and I'm highlighting. I just love him so much. And like every time he talks or he's a little sarcastic or they have a little bit of banter, I'm like, okay, hearts all around this, highlighting pink. Like,
What do you love
it's
about
all that.
Thomas so much? Like, what makes him like the book boyfriend for you?
I mean, it's Thomas. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. He's dark academia, but like he gives me like demisexual coded vibes, if that makes sense. So like when he finds Audrey, I don't want to spoil anything. Like, I don't know.
There's a
when
romance.
He finds Audrey Rose, yeah. Like her being the only person that he's ever like attracted to or like has ever felt any feelings towards, it's like, oh, okay.
Oh, she
fine.
likes them innocent. She's like, I'm the first and only.
Oh, he's not innocent. Okay,
Got
he's
it.
not. I love him. He's sarcastic and witty, and like I don't know. I have a thing for that kind of character type. Like, Wit. Have you read What the River Knows? Wit from What the River Knows gives me Thomas Cresswell vibes.
He does. So I was like, because the first thing I thought about Thomas was like, he's very intellectual, and so is
Yes.
Wit. They are very intelligent men, but they
Smart
don't
but
take themselves
sassy.
too seriously, but they do.
Yes.
So I get
Chloe,
it.
have you read Phantasma?
I have. I just read it.
Did you like it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
I
Yes.
loved it. It was
Okay,
so good.
cool.
And so I was like, sarcastic and witty is kind of reminding me of this guy that I'm like kind of obsessed with right now. And he's like, Danny Phantom.
Yeah. No, I just like that kind of like they're smart, but they're really sarcastic too.
Yeah.
I like kind of like a Han Solo kind of like character type. Like they all give me that, I don't know, or have you read the Lunar Chronicles? Like Thorn kind of, I don't know. It's that like character type that I really like. And like I think Thomas was just the first one where I read and I was like, oh, I'm in love with
You're
this
like,
man
that's the
from, like, page
prototype.
one.
That's the
Yeah.
that's the first one. Yeah, because
Mhm.
I crush on Wit more than I wouldn't say I really crush on like Thomas, like in general.
You need to get to book 2.
That's what she keeps
Oh.
telling me. I was like,
He has a line in that book that I literally want to get tattooed onto my body. I'm like,
How you
yeah.
feel about this is how everyone seems to feel about the Veronica Speedwell series. And so I'm like, okay, I need to read both of these.
What is that?
And I need to
What
like
is that one?
Oh, it starts with The Curious Beginnings, but it's
Oh,
like
right.
probably the most popular investigating team that is okay. I'm breaking my phone.
But for me, I think the difference between Thomas and Wit is like
What's a little more mature?
Yeah, no, but it's not that. I think it's the fact that like Wit secretly is like very protective of her, and like my type is like like touch her and die. Like that is like very
Oh
much.
yeah.
And like Tom is sure he's like that, but like she paved her own way. Like he didn't really have to do anything to pretend he like hated her and like keep her safe, you know, whereas like
Mm-mm.
Wit kind of had to.
Yeah.
So zoom in,
No,
girls.
I
zoom in.
love Wit too, though.
These ones are so popular on BookTube, especially, and
Why
it's
am I
like
not
everyone's like they're a couple. They do investigations. It's
I
probably
love
set in like the
detective couples.
1800s, and it sounds very much like something you might like.
I'm gonna have to look into it.
What's the
So, you
author's
know,
name again? Veronica
did you ever
something.
watch Enola
The
Holmes?
author is Diana Rayborn,
Oh,
and the first book is A Curious Beginning.
I'm gonna have to look those up. I love
But there's like
detective
I think
couples.
9. But I think you might enjoy it with how many people like how much it's raved
Yeah.
about. That might be the next series for you.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look it up.
oh,
I mean, because I also
2016.
love her other Karen Maniscalco's other male character, Wrath, and he's very like touch her and you die. So like he has also like a demon of hell, but you
Hot.
know he is hot.
I'm like, where? This is why
Just
I'm
saying.
so excited for like Adeline Grace's new book because
Yeah.
I'm excited to see vampires coming back. That's been fun.
Mhm.
But now I've been like talking about this for a year. I'm like, I want angels to come back, like angels and demons, like Hush Hush, Fallen. Like that was my
Nevo has a new
jam.
book that came out. I think it's coming out this month. Nevo. She wrote the cycle something there. She wrote a fantasy novella series, and then she did the Siren Queen, and I think she has another fantasy or two. But the Siren Queen's like a very interesting, but she has a new release that's Angels and Demons coded. That's like maybe urban fantasy.
Well, didn't Adeline Grace just announce another Angel Demon book?
Well,
too?
that's what I
Yeah.
mentioned. I started off with
Oh,
like I'm
okay.
excited Adeline Grace is like talking
Yep,
about this
sorry.
because I think she's very much from our generation. Even the way she captioned like, oh, like kind of a dystopian at war world, but it's like fantasy. I miss that, you know, like Immortal Instrument. Like
Mhm.
she labeled some books that I'm like, yeah, that was my era, you know, like that was my tween era reading, and I'm so excited. And to me, the art was so wet,
Oh,
like
the art's
webtoon-esque.
beautiful.
Yes, like
Yeah.
I love it. And like people sleep on webtoons. They're so good. Like the fantasy stories on there, the morally gray characters in so many webtoon stories is like fantastic. Like I will never stop raving about webtoon.
I'm on Webtoon like every week. I love it. So
Heartstopper is making a comeback. Oh, it made a comeback
Heartstopper
yesterday.
next season. The next season is coming out on Netflix on like Thursday or something like that. Like is it
Tomorrow.
tomorrow?
You
Yeah,
guys
tomorrow.
just reminded me about Agatha all along. New episode today. Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm not watching. I need to.
You need to watch it. It's so
I
good.
know. I'm behind on all the Marvel stuff.
Yeah, because I finally
Marvel,
caught up with
gotcha.
Loki for Deadpool and Wolverine, and like
See?
honestly, you can just
Yeah.
watch. You watched WandaVision already, so you can
I've
literally
seen
go.
WandaVision.
I've
Yeah,
seen
you
that
can go
one.
to Agatha. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you're good. It's
Yeah.
so good. It's a witchy
All
time.
right.
But
I
Heartstopper
love
is more
witchy.
important.
It's more.
I can't wait for Heartstopper.
Sam,
Oh my goodness.
we just became friends. Like, yeah, I'll tussle.
No, Heartstopper is my
I'm not
entire
hating on
heart and soul.
Heartstopper, but you're hating on mine. It's like,
Yeah, no, I could care less about Marvel. I started my journey with Marvel watching fucking Endgame.
I'm just gonna remove her.
Rude.
It's okay. It's okay. Go on. Tell us about Heartstopper.
I'm just excited.
No, yeah, it's good.
Me
I'm
too.
glad.
Season 3
Did you
is
see
tomorrow.
that?
Webtoons
The
making a
actor-
comeback.
Who plays? Oh my god, how did I forget his name? He was just in a Romeo and Juliet with Rachel.
Oh, the guy who plays Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he does this like push up to kiss her on stage, and I'm just getting clips of it over and over again.
Yes.
I'm like, okay,
Iconic.
all right.
It was so good.
I love.
Yeah.
Mhm. I need to go watch it.
It'll be cute.
Anyway.
Okay, I think we have. So, what are you going to read now, Sam? That you're like, no, thank you.
Hopefully the vlog won't get canceled, so I'm gonna jump into The Forgotten Phantom, which
Yeah.
is
Is this another Phantom romance? Hold on.
yeah, it's like
Hold on. I need
Phantom
more
of the
these.
Opera, but like historical retelling. A creature feature
Ooh.
novel.
A
I
creature
think I need
feature.
more ghost romance.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what
Well, have you
Phantasma
read?
has just told me.
Did you finally
Right?
do
I need more
Belladonna?
Danny Phantom specifically romance.
Mm. What was
So
that,
good.
Joanna?
Did you finally read Belladonna?
No, I haven't read Belladonna. I haven't. I want to.
That's like ghosty.
I love it. I love Ghost. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's definitely a
ghosty.
unique take on paranormal.
I love it's all trending
I
right now.
love
Like
triangles.
Ghost and Phantoms are a thing right now, and I love it.
Yeah. I'm into it. I'm here for it.
Me too.
I'm trying to think if
Anyways.
there was like anything else lately with the
Like ghost romance?
yeah. Oh wait, honestly, I keep saying this one. It's not. It's kind of ghost romance, but I really enjoyed The Inheritance by Nora Roberts. I've talked about it before because the sequel's finally coming out in October and it was like so good. So far the people that I recommended it to liked it. So, but it's so crazy because Nora Roberts is like really well known for historical romance. So I was really surprised she wrote like a thriller romance, basically, like a thriller paranormal romance, but it basically has like secret twin and like inherited manor and like all these ghosts that are and aren't good and like small town romance, a witch like curse and like a secret bride curse. Like it has so much going on and it's like a really fun time and it's definitely cozy but like really interesting and it's a good time during fall winter to read.
Oh, I love a
a
cozy
lot of
fantasy
ghosts.
too, though. Cozy fantasies are fun.
Yeah, and I don't even think it's considered like it's just paranormal, I guess, because I guess oh, you're right, April. Cemetery
Yeah.
Boys.
Cemetery Boys is a good
is
one
just a
too.
good one. Such a favorite ghost. Did you read that one? No, you still have Sunbearer Trials sitting on your shelf. I know you do.
You literally bought me the copy of
I did.
and I
I
haven't
did.
read it yet. I'm sorry.
It's also sitting on my
But
shelf, Chloe.
I did
I
take
get
it
it.
and got it signed at Y'all List. So
Yeah.
like I'm not getting rid of it. Like it's gonna be there. I just haven't read it yet.
But if you're in the mood for if you like Heartstopper, I think you'll like Cemetery Boys. It's like that same cutesy. Did you read that one, Sam?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you like it?
Yes. I think out of the Aiden Thomas I've read so far, it's my favorite.
For me, it's definitely Sunbearers, but because there is
I haven't read that one yet, so I can't say.
okay.
But
his writing just gets better. But like Cemetery, I do warn people it has like a section where I feel like they're kind of just running around doing nothing. And so some people are like, and I was like, just push past it. It'll get like really good like later on. And I think it does get
the ending twist really got me. Like that was one of the books where I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah, but if you're in the mood for a ghost romance, do it. Read that one.
Speaking of Phantom, have you read Lake's Edge?
It's on my TBR. I have both copies. I've been told that it's not great, so I'm a little nervous. So expectations low.
Yeah. I literally bought it just because it looked like Phantom of the Opera vibes on the
Yeah.
But I've heard it's not that great.
The 13th Child by Aaron A. Craig just came out, and the cover is giving Phantom vibes with like the stare case. It's such a pretty cover. I'm very excited. I don't think it's Phantom related at all. And I think it's a different fairy tale retelling. But God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
I'm just into that. I think I also
love
want
Aaron A.
to try
Craig.
more novellas this fall.
Novella?
Yeah. Like I tried.
I just read Guillotine by Delilah S. Dawson.
Did you like it?
It was fun. Okay. It's gory. It's very quick. The first half of the book is like getting to know the characters and the setting, and then the second half is just slaughter.
I feel like you would like games like The Quarry, and like Until Dawn and stuff like that. Is that
I watch gameplay of it rather than play it myself because I'm a chicken when it comes to visual things like scary movies. Horror books, yes.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think it'd be fun. We started a game of The Quarry, and like we didn't even get to the scary parts yet. And like whenever I was playing, I was like, nope, nope, I can't. Like I would like give the controller to someone else because I like I'll watch, but I'm such a little.
Yeah,
It's hard to play.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Hi, Jesslyn. Welcome. Yeah, I think we have definitely room for one more sprint in there, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Chit-chatting a
after
lot.
all this craziness. The replay is going to be fun. The audience will be entertained.
We've only done one sprint. Everything else has
Yeah.
been chatting. How
I mean,
did you
that's
know?
usually how it goes.
Yeah,
And
this is normal
Yeah.
for us.
yeah,
True.
and
I
it's
love it.
fun. Okay, let's go. Okay, see you guys in 30. This needs a timer, like a sound. Okay, let me bring us back. Things are getting crazy in my book, but
Ooh,
crazier.
fun time.
Yes, tell me, how is the reading?
I didn't.
You didn't? Were you
No.
eating?
I finished my food, fed the dogs, let the dogs outside, did like random tasks.
Yay.
So updated the vlog.
Oh,
That's something.
You're like DNF'd.
Yep.
Real. Hi, Liza. And then hi, Daphne again. She said, I'm sleepy, but honestly, I might do some work since I was lazy. I feel that.
No.
me too.
Go to bed soon. Wind down.
I know, but when you're just awake at night, you know?
I know, but it's like it's one thing if it's 7:30 like us, but for Daphne it's like 10:30.
That's true.
Not start work time.
Oh, she cares about her friend. Eliza said, I finished Emily Wilde's map
Finally.
of today.
Oh,
Oh,
my
that's
god.
what I want to read.
I haven't read that yet.
I've
Her
heard
and
it's
I
cozy.
were
and
supposed to
cute
buddy
and
read this in
fairy.
January because we got the arcs for it, and she left me hanging.
Oh.
And she loves the series compared to me.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I haven't even read the first. Have you read the first, Chloe?
I love how it looks, and I love the title. It gives me very like whimsical vibes, and I just want to read it.
Yeah.
Cottagecore.
If you like-
Cottagecore.
Yeah, if you like cozy fantasies, you'll probably enjoy it. But it also has like weird, dark moments that kind of get
Interesting.
brushed over. Like it's got
Okay.
like some like spooky things, and then it's like moving on to the next thing. Like it doesn't
Eliza
really.
is like, I thought
Like,
it was
it's
cute.
more spooky in the second book. Like there's more just like dark,
But I like spooky.
messed up things, but it's like not bad.
Now I'm curious. Eliza said she thinks it was cute. So
Yeah, she's a fan.
I need to read those.
Sam,
Those
yeah.
feel like more spring to me. I don't know, cottagecore spring.
Really, they felt very fall. Does the book take
The
place?
first book is winter, I think.
Oh, okay.
Eliza might be able to remind me, but I think the first one's like a snowy landscape, and I think the second one is more springy fall.
That's a big jump.
It's been so long since I've read these.
Oh, dang. So she really did leave you hanging. Okay.
She does that. She's got a baby.
Aw. I didn't know.
Understandable.
Then she texts, she's like, so I took the baby to Barnes & Noble, and she doesn't like the stroller, so I had to carry her the whole time. I'm like, oh, she was just preventing you from buying too many books. It's a strategy.
Instead, the baby just grabs at everything. She said, sorry, my kids are like coughing. I didn't hear that. Just when the book takes place.
Is the first book winter, the second book like spring, fall vibes, or is it the other way?
We'll see. How was yours, Chloe?
Hi, Daphne. I mean, I was giggling and blushing and just I love Thomas Cresswell. They're like talking about gruesome murders, and I'm like, oh, Thomas, he's so cute. Like, I just can't. He's like flirting with her, and he's like, you're right, we should just passionately embrace instead. And Audrey's just like, Thomas. I'm like, do it. Love him.
Love him. How many
Love
books?
him. There's
Total?
4 and a novella.
Okay.
Honestly, okay. I love the novella, and I'm so mad. I have a video coming out soon. I just need to edit it. Go on a rant about this because they're doing new covers for Stalking Jack the Ripper.
Yeah.
I need them to publish the novella, like in a physical form. The only way you can read the novella is like ebook.
Yeah.
And I need them to do a physical edition of the novella because it's like one of my favorite things. It's like all in the perspective of Thomas. And like that's where I get some of my like headcanons for him is like when you're actually in his like head and you like see his thoughts and stuff like that. And I love it so much. And I need a physical form of it, and they don't have one. And I'm mad at the
I love his point of view. So I would
Interesting covers.
Cute.
The new ones?
Yes. So
I've only seen the first one.
Cute story,
I
not
like
cute
it,
story.
but it doesn't feel the same
I don't like
series.
them.
Like if it was any other series, I think I would like it more.
Here,
but it doesn't feel fitting.
1 second. I have it right behind me.
So this is the story, Sam. I love Chloe. We're friends. And
I actually
was
hate her and despise her, and we're enemies. Yeah.
I felt like it at her rejection of my love. So
Wait, what? I love you too. I'm sorry, I was focusing on Stalking Jack the Ripper. And
No, not now. Okay? I was at the cafe. I was at a cafe and like they had Stalking Jack the Ripper right there, like the new cover. And I was like, Chloe, you know, because I always think about Chloe with this book. So I was like, oh, I'm going to text her and how is she? And like I sent her a photo of the book and I was like, oh, I was thinking of you. And in my head, I was like, she probably knows, but let me tell her. And her response was like, oh, yeah, I hate the cover. I was like, love you too.
Listen, no, I said first, or like with like a little emoji, and then I said, yeah, I hate that cover. So I did respond.
I love that you hate the cover, but also bought it.
Yeah, well,
I didn't think you bought it.
I'm a freak. What else do you expect of me? You know? No,
that's what we do.
Exactly. No, I listen. The covers did. I'm about to go on a rant. The covers did a great thing in the fact that they got Stalking Jack the Ripper back on the New York Best Time Selling list. So like it got up to like number 17 or something. So like they sold a lot of the new covers. And I have a thing coming out about this, but I hate it because it gives new adult romance vibes. It doesn't give young adult. And like people are gonna, I don't know, maybe it's just me though. Like, I feel like people are going to gravitate towards it, being like, ooh, what is this new adult romance? And then read it, and it's not going to be what they're expecting, and then they're going to hate it. And it's going to be, and I'm like, no, you need to read it.
Yeah, it's a weird marketing tactic where it's like, ooh, but look what's hip and trendy. And it's like, but that's not, like, books used to have so much charm because the covers meant something to it. Now it's just like, well, if they all look kind of the same, we can get the Fourth Wing people.
There's literally like 40 other books on the same table that all looked exactly like this, like florals with big white letters, and like a little image or a little sword or butterfly.
Yeah, it looks more like.
Why is there a butterfly? Sorry,
like horror thriller. I don't know, something like just the name, because the Last Tale of the Flower Bride has like very similar, like the UK edition.
Don't you dare hate on those covers or that book.
No, I love
those covers are gorgeous and fit the book.
I love them for them. Sam's just like automatically assuming the worst of me today. I'm like,
well, you're like in comparison to this rebranding.
No,
it's like,
it reminds me of the Flower Bride, like the cover from the UK edition. No, I love that book. I got the arc for that book, and like I love that book. And I think I have the fairy. No, I didn't. I skipped the Fairy Loot edition, but I really like that book. Sam, go get something to eat or something. I'm like.
No, I thought you were saying like the cover didn't match the insides of the book, and I was like, you're just wrong.
No, because matches. I don't think she's is that YA? That's not considered YA. Adult. Yeah, exactly. It's adult.
I think it's her adult debut.
No, I was just flabbergasted because she was at a signing, but it was a kids signing section, and I don't know why they had that. I know she does kids book, but I don't know why they had that book also in the kids section. I'm like, that doesn't. Yeah, but I remembered all the craziness that happened in that book. But when I saw the UK edition, it reminded me of like the Stalking Jack the Ripper reminded me of the UK edition of Flower Bride, which gives new adult, is what I'm saying.
Yes, it's like so when you go into the bookstore and like I look at the like romance section or like erotica or whatever you want to call it, and you see those tables, they all look to me like this cover. Like they're all look very similar, and like. Stalking Jack the Ripper is a very young adult. Like, I think it's what happened is her Kingdom of the Wicked series blew up a lot more than Jack the Ripper because of TikTok. And her Kingdom of the Wicked.
That's the crossover we need.
Exactly. I need Wrath meeting Thomas ASAP. No, the vibe of this book fits more with Kingdom of the Wicked, so I think they're trying to like get her readers who love Kingdom of the Wicked to like come read Jack the Ripper, and I'm like,
I know Daphne. I know. Like I mentioned, like, oh, I'm excited about Agatha, and she's like, I hate Agatha. I'm not. No. And I'm like,
Daphne, we were talking about Heartstopper, and you know I have to talk about Heartstopper.
That was fine. They did, and we continued to. But I was like, Sam, what's happening?
I'm the chaotic energy tonight.
No, you're the hater energy tonight is what's like happening here. She said, wait, I love Star. And Eliza also said that the first is history, the first book of the encyclopedia one.
Because I remember we were reading them in January before they came out because we had the arcs. And so, yeah, I think the first one was like very cozy winter vibes.
Yeah.
Also, Emily Wilde is so autistic coded that at times I'm like, girl, try empathy for like a split second.
Oh, geez.
So like, I love the books when it comes to like the world and everything, but like Emily herself, I was like, please stop.
Yeah. It's crazy. We got Daphne out
I
here.
love Daphne.
Daphne is ready to throw fist. Throw hands.
These are my besties.
It's so funny though, because I'm like, throw fist
sorry.
for what? Like, I'm not out here hating on either show. I'm just saying Sam is hating on everything. So that's where we're here.
Unfortunately, I've brought my two best friends that I talk to daily and religiously into your chat, and I've got backup.
For what? For nothing.
Right.
My book on here is getting crazy, but like, she's kind of coming out of a trance from the cult, but also not. So we'll see what happens with that, because it's kind of weird.
I love watching people like read books in sprints as they continue, but I've already read it, so I'm just like, I know things.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I feel like it's getting a little less crazy where you're like, okay, so you're confirmed like hecka cultish, you know, like you're in a trance, you're on something. But I'm like, there's a lot of that plays in here of like not eating, taking things, you know. Daphne, oh my god, Bunny, I hated it the first time but kind of respect it and want to love it. She's like, I want to love this book but I can't. Yeah,
I think on a reread she might enjoy it more.
It's okay, Daphne. I know Sam's like bullying you into it, but it's okay. It happened.
Yeah, no, I do think I bullied Daphne into reading it the first time. I think I was the person that was like, no, continue, please read it.
She said,
no, this is good for you.
I
don't think I had even read it. Yeah. Getting Eliza to read a book is near impossible. Like, she'll do it, but also.
Sam exposed again out here saying she tells everyone in her life to read a book she loves.
I do. Like, it's about 50-50 with Eliza. Like, she'll either pick it up and read it, or she won't touch it for like 2 years.
That's a mood. For sure. I made my in real life book club read it, and it was fun to talk about. Yeah, because
it's a discussion book.
Yeah. Like, everyone probably has a bunch of theories on here. Do you think I'll be mind blown by the ending? Because
and it scares me every time you open it to flip through that I think you're going to spoil yourself when you read the last pages or something. No, the ending is wild.
Have you two ever read the last page before you read a book? Okay.
No.
I was talking to someone like
I thought you were about to admit you did.
No, I couldn't imagine doing it. I'm like, then why are you reading it? But I was talking to someone who was talking about how they have to read the last page. They have to know how it ends for them to be able to like start the book. And I was like, that's crazy.
That's criminal behavior.
That is a red flag. No.
Yeah, that's anxiety.
It's one of those things, like, I understand people get mad on...
for sure, probably.
People get mad with romantasy sometimes because it'll like be like at the bottom of the Goodreads synopsis, it'll be like guaranteed happy ever after by the end of the series, but it's going to be a bumpy ride till we get there. And people are like, why are you telling me it's going to be happy ever after? I don't want to know that. And it's like, why do you care?
All romance books are like happily ever after.
Really? Does it have
I'm
that?
just like, a lot of them do. I guess it depends. Like, a lot of Kindle Unlimited books, I guess, do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't think I've read enough of those.
That's all of like Zodiac Academy, which was a time I just read all of 9 of those books. And,
Daphne.
Oh
I don't
God.
read the last page, but I like
them?
Where the story's going. If I have no clue, I struggle. That's why you read.
Yeah. Zodiac Academy was a time. It was a time. And
like a time like I should experience it, even
honestly,
if it's bad. Like,
yeah, do it. I mean, okay. So there's a look up trigger warnings because there's a lot. It is a bully romance.
Yeah, I already know that I'm gonna hate the first book no matter what.
Yeah,
because of that.
The first book is bad, but it gets better. But then like I devoured these books. Okay, I was staying up till like 6 a.m. to read them. They are very addicting. Like they're really hard to put down until you get to like book 5, and then everything just starts repeating itself until you get to book
Oh.
7.
Great.
But I really honestly love the professor. There's a student professor relationship, which
Ooh.
usually I'm not into. But man, he was fine, you know?
He's technically like not that I'm condoning
So it was like he can get it.
teacher relationships, but he is a significantly
college.
younger teacher.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's all like they're all 18 or up. Like it's
Oh yeah,
not like she's a minor, but he
that's
is.
a little bit better.
I think he's
it's just
still
a power
it's a little
dynamic.
bit of an age gap. Yeah,
Okay.
it's but it's not. It's like 10 years or something like that. It's not like
Oh, that's bigger than
it's
I
not
thought
like
it was.
40 years. He's in his
Daphne,
late
next year?
20s. I want to say, and she's 18.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought he was like early 20s, but okay.
I could be crazy. I don't know. Half
I'll
those
let you know
books are
when
like
I
a
read it.
fever dream.
I haven't
When I
tried it
get to
yet
it, I'll
because
let
I
you know.
hear mixed reviews. So it's like it was on my radar, and then it just wasn't because I kept hearing like it's not super great in the end.
Meredith's
Yeah, the
Discord
first
did a
4
buddy
books
read.
are a lot better than the later. You get a lot. It throws in a lot of random POVs that you don't need. A lot of characters show up that you're like, who is this person and why are they suddenly really important? Like, I don't know. There's a lot of unnecessary stuff in there, I think. But
I fear that they don't know
it's
how to
fun.
end it, so they keep writing
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Oh,
Like they just don't know
Yep.
how to like walk away, and they're like, "This is a hit, and so we'll just stay here as long as we can."
okay.
Well,
This is true.
and-
This,
yeah. Sorry. Well,
No,
that's
you're-
another thing about the ending, though, is I really hate how they ended it,
no,
and I don't want to spoil anything.
no, they'll still read it. They'll still read it.
Okay.
So they'll see.
I
But
just hate when the female, I'll say it very vaguely, makes throughout the whole series, the female main character makes a point very well known that she's very against something, and then at the end they're like, "Oh, all out the window. Sure, I'll do that."
Every
I'm
book with
like-
pregnancy.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah, no, I've read enough books at this point where it's like the signs,
Mhm.
and whenever they're like so firm and adamant against it, like I don't want this, the
Mhm.
next book at the very least that's going to be like the big deal. I don't remember what I read, but I read
Yep.
something, and she was like very adamant. She's like, "Oh, I think it was maybe When the Moon Hatched," where she was just like, "Absolutely, I don't want to be pregnant ever." And then the book ends without a pregnancy, and I think the next book there's probably going to be one.
Spoiler, Sam. I wanted to read that one.
That's
It's
my
a lot of
guess.
like
That's not a
epilogue
spoiler.
stuff, too.
Oh,
Like,
I thought that
happily-
was like straight up like an example of a book that you're like, oh, for example, this one.
No, she does in the book say like she doesn't want to have kids, but like the first book
Mhm.
doesn't have a pregnancy in it.
Okay.
And she
No,
just
it
like mentions
happens.
it, but I feel in my heart that in the second book that's a chance, and I'm scared about it.
Or it's
'Cause
gonna
I
be the
hate when that
epilogue.
happens. Yeah,
The happily ever after is gonna be them married with all these kids.
Like,
And it's
I
like
don't
throughout the
mind.
whole series, you've talked about how you don't want to be married or have kids. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't mind, but if it makes sense. Like, I know people have beef with like the Hunger Games ending or whatever, but it's
mhm.
because the point was like she didn't feel like her world was safe to have them. She's like, I don't want to bring them because it's awful. So I didn't feel like the author was taking away from her agency by having her have kids. Like she chose to have kids with PETA at the end.
Spoilers.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I just feel like that's like different.
Not
Did they
the
have
Hunger
kids in the
Games
movie?
spoilers.
Yeah.
Kids in
Yeah.
the movie? I don't remember that.
I'm pretty sure they do.
Yeah.
But I don't remember. I haven't read the Hunger Games or
I haven't watched the
seen
movies in so long, but I
long
haven't.
time.
I haven't read the
They're
books.
such a good
Oh, can I tell you something embarrassing? My friend Kimmy over on Violet Pages, she did a reading vlog for the Hunger Games. And for like 2 weeks, I told myself I couldn't watch it because I didn't want to be spoiled for the Hunger Games, as if I've not seen the movies multiple times. I felt so bad. I was just like, I can't watch the video.
What the heck?
Oh,
When did you
no.
find out? When did you realize?
Realize that I could watch it?
Yeah.
It took me like a solid 2 weeks to be like,
Oh my
Sam,
goodness.
you've seen these movies. You know the story.
See here.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
This is why my
I
boyfriend says I'm still blonde. I'm so dumb sometimes.
this is something I learned from like romance readers. Daphne, actually, from probably the romance readathon, like you guys like hang out with B and stuff, is that like hardcore OG romance readers consider romance like happily ever after has to be a thing. And I say OG and like old school because nowadays I've run into romance readers that get so offended by that. They're like, no, it doesn't. So there's like this whole discourse, but definitely
that
found
makes
out
the difference of like literary focused versus romance focused. A literary romance is going to have more of those like relationship dynamics and other characters and other plots, whereas like just a romance, like you have to have the couple at the end because that's how romances work. So
romance has to have the happily ever after, or it's not a romance, basically.
Yeah.
Then you're just like,
exactly.
Okay, you wrote a lit fic.
I think that's why people hate La La Land. Let me just be honest.
I haven't watched that one yet either. There's so many movies like I haven't watched yet that are like
because you don't watch musicals like we do.
Yeah, that too. That too. I don't. Yeah, that's why I was like, oh yeah, you guys need to meet like musicals, like dark, like all of the Cats. But like I really, I haven't. But I want
Cats, though.
Chloe, how do you feel about us being grouped as musical lovers who have cats? Like that's our brand, apparently.
I'll take it. As long as Cats and the musical Cats are separate. Like,
okay.
Sorry, the original Cats has a special place in my heart. That was my first musical I saw live, and I was too young to know what was happening.
Yeah,
but I refused to watch the movie.
Eliza, there is.
I don't need to watch that.
Yeah,
but that looked weird. All of that looked weird. But I love because I love like Wicked. Like I love seeing it. Like I love Wicked.
I'm so excited for next month. Oh.
Yeah.
The movie? That Wicked is good. Yeah.
I can't wait. It looks so
I didn't know
good.
they were cutting it into 2 parts.
So
I think my theory is that the second my theory is that the second movie will have Wizard of Oz like more in it. I think they might have bought the rights from Disney.
That's what I've heard.
And I'm hoping that's what happens. Because like they can't show too much if they don't have the rights, but I'm hoping they can do something because Wizard of Oz scared the heck out of me as a kid, and I would love a newer version.
I just adore Wicked. Like I'm seeing it again in a couple months, and it was the first play I ever saw. So I saw it when I lived in Dallas, and like my mom took me. My mom literally has been so many times, and each time she's gone, she's taken a different one of my sisters. So like, it was like a family thing, like a coming of age. Like you could see Wicked now.
My family did that with Hawaii.
You were selected.
There you go.
You're the chosen one.
Yeah, like it's your turn. Go meet Fiyero and you become obsessed with this. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
As long as you're mine, favorite song. It's so good.
I'm obsessed. Yeah. No,
I'm obsessed. And I know it's not going to be in part 1 and I'm upset, but whatever.
This year I get to see Hadestown, Hamilton, and Dear Evan Hansen.
Hadestown.
What a lineup.
Oh. Okay, so Hadestown. I bought front row orchestra tickets to see it, and I was obsessed with it that I called out of work the next day, bought tickets again, and went and saw it again.
I love that so much.
It was
I can't wait.
Good.
I haven't listened to the music. I'm keeping my distance. I want to see it live on stage first.
Do you know
experience
the myth?
It?
Like, do you
know? I know it's like Hades, like Greek mythology. But that's about it.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's all you need to go in knowing about it. Like, that is my top musical now. I'm seeing Beetlejuice next. Is actually what I'm seeing, and Clue. Like,
I'm so mad.
And then Hamilton's also coming here, bad. And Wicked as well. But I buy the season passes here, and we just go, and I love it. But Hadestown, like,
I want to see Beetlejuice so bad though.
Yeah,
I'm so jealous.
See,
that's like my top of my list.
I've never seen Phantom of the Opera on like the play, and they canceled it, so it's not running on Broadway anymore. And I'm so sad. Like, sorry.
That one and Rent. Those are the 2 that destroyed me. I was like, wow, my life is over. I can't see these 2 things that I love dearly.
What was the other one?
Rent.
Oh, Rent. Yeah.
That movie is one of my favorites. Yeah, bajillion times. It's so good.
I love
it. This comment made me laugh. Eliza's comment. She said, man, I wanted to read Wicked when I was younger, but my mom was like, no, what is this demonic stuff?
Well, the book is so different. The book is completely different. I don't know how someone read that book and came up with the play. Like, they're
But we love
beyond.
the play.
The play is fantastic. Like,
It's
Yeah.
so good.
So
I'm
good.
so
So I
happy it's getting a movie.
Yeah, I think it
too.
looks fun, but I saw it in 6th grade. This is like a wild story when I actually think about it, because my teacher, I don't know why some teachers talk to 5th graders and 4th graders like we won't remember or really acknowledge, but he would talk
Mhm.
about like how he liked to go gamble like on the weekends to Las Vegas. And like one
Classic
time
answer.
he came back like super happy and he was telling us this wild story. And I just remember thinking like he's lying, right? Like what do you mean a helicopter and like all this stuff? And then he was like, so in the end, like with all these winnings, I got the entire class like Wicked tickets. Like
That's so
And I-
that's
cool.
cute.
and I was like, so
though.
he really did gamble. Like in my head, I was just like, he really did win, because he was talking about how he won like a crap ton of money and like did all this
And
crazy
he's like,
stuff.
let's go give my students a little gift.
Yes,
That's cute.
wholesome.
Okay.
So he
Yeah.
made like a whole literature like lesson around the Wizard of Oz, and like we had to
Oh.
examine the movie to understand like part of the book, to then understand. And then he had like this little almost like a readathon competition, and the winner group were the first to pick like their tickets, like where you sit. And
Oh,
so,
that's so
of course, that
cool.
was like my team, because I was like, I want to see this so bad. Like, I want to see. And he was like, oh, I recommend like you guys sit here because you'll see like everything and the acoustics are better. So it was like so exciting. And my mom got to go chaperone with us because he also bought tickets for parents to chaperone. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, we were like 32
What a
kids there.
teacher. My goodness.
Yeah, no,
It
seriously.
was so wholesome. Like looking back, I was like, damn, that was like expensive, because he had like everywhere, like
Yeah.
orchestra and balcony, like
Those can get up to like $400, $500 a ticket. Like,
Yes, because I tried looking at tickets this week, like for this year, and I was like, oh baby, I forgot how expensive they are. And I was like, I guess not right now. Like I'm traveling like crazy or whatever. But it was super cute. And to this day, that's like something that my mom still has engraved in her head, which is so sweet, that she's
Oh.
like, I love that musical. Like that was gorgeous, because
Yeah.
I don't think we'd ever gone, like we had seen like orchestral pieces. Like I love that. I love seeing like, I don't know,
Mhm.
symphonies live and stuff like that, but like an actual musical like this at this level, like Broadway is it's
Life
different.
changing.
Yeah. And so we were
I
both like,
love it. Yeah.
yeah.
You're gonna have to message me, Sam, when you see Hadestown and like cry to me about it.
Oh, I will.
'Cause
It's next month, so I'll let you know. It's coming up soon.
it's
I'm so
such
excited.
oh my goodness. I can't wait for you to see it. I mean, I dragged a lot of people with me to see it, and I was like, people who weren't musical fans either, and all of them at the end were like, this was like fantastic.
Yeah.
Like I haven't
That's what I love about live theater, though, is you can take somebody who like thinks they don't like musicals. Once they see it live, though, they're like, actually, it's really good. And you're like, I know.
Mhm,
That's how
mhm.
it's supposed to be seen as live. You're
Mhm.
not supposed to
It's
watch the
so
movies.
good.
The movies are for the fans. You
Mhm.
go
What
see
I
it
like about
live to get people in.
Hadestown is like it's not a mainstream media thing, so like you can't just go watch the movie or read the book. Like it's just based off the myth of like Hades, Persephone, and then Orpheus and Eurydice. Like there's a bunch of like love stories happening within the play, and it's just it's
I'm so excited.
Now I
it's
need to
so
put that on
good.
my radar, because I love
You
that
should.
whole myth. Like I love that, and I even love like the retellings of that myth. So I think I
Mhm.
would enjoy it a lot to see
I
it live.
literally I got an ad today about it playing in Portland, and me and my sister, who is also obsessed with it, I was like, what if we just drive down? What if we just
Yes.
drive to Portland real quick and like go see it? But
Yeah, why not?
work and adulting.
I know. That's how I
Oh,
felt about
yes, you
Beetlejuice
Yes.
last year. I was like, what if I just drive down to San Diego and go see Beetlejuice? I don't
I
have
feel
time
like
or
at
money to
some
do
point
that,
you
but
should, Sam. I feel like at some point you should, because those are experiences you just don't ever regret.
yeah,
know?
I just am a broke girl that does not make enough money for the
I mean, it's
lifestyle
gonna
of
be here.
musicals. Yeah,
Come
I'll
on
just-
down.
Save up.
Yeah, but I'm excited for that one. And Clue. Like I'm seeing Clue, and I think that's gonna be a fun one
That's
to
gonna
see.
be
That's gonna be
fun.
so fun. I'm nervous
And-
about Dear Evan Hansen because like the
Yeah.
movie was bad and I'm familiar with the story and I'm scared they're gonna change from the original musical how it used to be. But it's also just like
I had a
heavy.
problem with Dear Evan Hansen. I actually like gave up my tickets to see it. I was like, I'm
Yeah.
not seeing that.
Daphne,
I-
host us. I will come. Like I
know.
have gone to Broadway like once for Lion King. So that was like gifted
Oh,
tickets. That was
yeah.
beautiful. Yeah, that was like a fun time.
Broadway Lion King is really cool. Like,
Oh my
it's a
god.
cool one.
So that was like
Mine-
fun, because it's like it was like at its height where everyone was talking about it. So to have like gifted tickets and be like, go enjoy
Mhm.
is fun. But yes.
Yeah, my family decided, not my technically family,
Yeah,
my
that'd be
extended
cute.
family through my stepdad. His mom bought everyone tickets to see The Lion King,
Yeah.
except for me.
Oh,
Everybody went, and I was like, not a single one of
I
you
would
even
be
like
crying at
musicals.
home.
I was so mad. I don't go to
What?
Christmas anymore over there.
Oh my
I'm just so
I
mad about
Why
love
it
would they
it.
buy everyone except you?
because I'm not part of the family. Our
Oh,
family
that's
is
so
so
stupid.
messy.
Oh
Oh,
my goodness.
Yeah.
So it was
I
on
was
purpose.
pissed. I was so
Yeah.
mad.
Have
Yeah.
you said you're seeing Hamilton? Have you seen it before?
Yeah, we saw it 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm very
I've-
excited. It's probably gonna be a different
I love
cast,
it.
so it's like
Yeah. It's always fun when it's a different cast. Like, I've seen Wicked a couple of times, and I've seen Hamilton a couple of times, and it's like different every time because you never know what cast you're gonna get. I mean, so Six
Yeah.
was here last December, and I saw it twice within the week it was here because I had those season tickets, and then my boyfriend was also like, for our anniversary, I bought us orchestra seat tickets to this, and I was like, okay, guess I'm seeing it twice. And the
No
two
complaints.
shows within the same week had different casts in it, so it was like a
yeah,
different
because they usually
experience.
do the understudies
Mhm.
and so on. Yeah,
Yeah, so it was like two of the main six girls were different, and they performed the characters so much differently from each other. Like, it's just live theater is so cool.
it's so
Like,
good. I saw Mean Girls the musical before the movie came out,
oh,
Yeah.
and I was just like, "This is so fun." It felt so good. I was just like, "This
Yeah.
is good for the soul."
I saw Mean Girls, and I actually wasn't the biggest fan of it when I saw the musical.
No,
It was like boring to me. Like, they didn't have a lot going on, like set or dance wise. It felt like it was like a very
the choreography for the
plain-
one that I saw was pretty insane and good,
Really?
but the set was pretty plain.
Yeah. Like, I don't remember being super impressed. Same with like Pretty Woman though. When I saw Pretty Woman, I wasn't super impressed with it either. And I don't know. But
I think my favorite set that I've ever seen was Anastasia.
yes! Oh my god. I love
Yeah.
Anastasia. Sorry, we're fans.
That
I'm gonna
was
just
so
fangirl over
good.
here. Anastasia, when they first come out and it's all the royals and they're in their like ball gowns and it's just like you're
Yes.
getting blinded by all these jewels.
Yes.
I loved watching that play so much. And going into it, I wasn't expecting much because I knew it wasn't going to be like the animated story because they took like Rasputin out of it and they like made a new villain.
Yeah.
But I still loved it. Like, it was such
I
a
loved
good
it so
play.
much. Honestly, I liked it more than the movie. Like the
Me
Disney-ified version.
Oh.
Yeah, I love Dimitri. Dimitri is such a good. Speaking of men that I love that are witty and
Yes.
charming and a little bit smart, Dimitri.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
Aw, Eliza took her sisters. He said it was magical.
Yeah, it
that's
is
a
a
good
very
one.
magical play.
But you
Yeah.
just reminded me though, when you mentioned like the ball gowns and stuff, how did you like going to that event with like
Oh,
the whole
yeah.
fantasy ball? How'd you
It
like
was I was out of my league. Like,
Why?
like, so the girl who hosted it, Natasha, is a wonderful human being and I love her so much. And like, so she's hosting this big ball and I go in and there's just like me and Gavin, because I dragged my boyfriend with me and I was
Yeah.
like, we're dressing you up.
You guys look so
Um,
good though.
People kept
You
coming up
did
to
look
him and being
good.
like, are you Cardin? Like, are you cosplaying? And I was like, oh goodness. Okay, yeah, I guess he is now. But
This is just
like,
a boy that I
were-
found on the street. Please leave him
Yeah,
alone.
No. We were standing there and they had like open bar and there was drinking and like dancing and like there was games and a live performance and like all this, like we got our tarot cards read. And they told him, actually I'm not gonna, I won't say that, but like I'm trying to remember, they told me that I was on a path but like needed to make a decision on the path and I was like, okay, cool. But like we were just standing there and suddenly like influencers just coming in and coming in and coming in and I'm like, I'm so out of my league here. And there's this girl who I adore and I've watched her for a while. Her name is Crescent Shea. She does like these ball gowns and she makes really cool outfits and stuff like that. And suddenly I turn around and she's just like there talking to me And she's just like, "Oh, hi, I'm Shay. Like, what's your name?" And like, she's like the sweetest human alive, and I have to pretend like I'm not obsessed with her, you know? And it's kind of awkward. And I'm like, but she was this like a sweetheart the whole night, and I was like, and she like danced with us like the whole night. She was like in our group, like because we formed like a
Yeah.
little group of people, and she was just within our group like dancing with us, and I was like, this is really cool. But yeah,
That's maybe
I
a
felt
good
out of my
gimmick.
league for
Or
sure.
what? Okay, I guess I'm not understand. I'm like, why? Like you look like, I don't know, super good in what you were wearing. You're
Thank you.
fun.
I was very like anxious the whole
Oh,
night. And I like missed the memo of like pastels and like pinks and blues. I like showed up and I'm like, I feel like the widow. Like I'm in all black and like the only one wearing
not
all
the
black.
widow, no.
I know.
But you were
But it was
so
a lot of
sparkly. You look
fun.
so good in black. So
Thank you.
I've always told you that.
Thank you. It's my
Yeah.
preferred color. But they're hosting another one. It's
Well,
gonna
I
be this
just asked
October.
because I was like, should I try this once in my life or should it be like,
Oh, we should all go to one.
it's okay.
Honestly, it's so fun. We could find one. They do a ton of them all around the U.S. I bet we can find one on the West Coast. That's somewhere
We could
easy
also
for
go
all
to
of us to get to.
Australia in 2025 and go to Babe.
Wait, is that a ball?
Yeah, so it's
Oh, I
called
thought it
Ball
was just
Gowns and
like,
Book Events.
oh, I thought it was like just a book festival, like a big
It is
one.
it's like a big book
The-
festival. Like it's one day where you just go and
Yeah.
like mingle with the authors, but everyone dresses up in a ball gown.
The
Oh,
romance con that was just here in like Chicago or something like that have a ball too. Like they do the con or the romance at the beginning, and then at night they do a big ball gown like ballroom stuff.
Yeah.
so you invited
Oh.
Justin because she's going.
Oh,
to
they also had a choreographer, like a dancer, come in and taught us some of the Bridgerton dances.
Oh,
That was
so
fun.
cool.
Like that was a cool thing too. Sorry.
I'm
That's so
excited for that because you know the whole candlelight
Mhm.
events. I got Bridgerton tickets for that.
Oh,
So because I
that'll be
love the
fun.
soundtrack, like I just
Mhm.
love. I enjoy a really good soundtrack, so I'm really excited to see them play all of that live because it was so funny when I went to like a paint and sip event, like the bookish paint and sip event. I was hearing like the music they were playing and I told my friends like, is this the Bridgerton soundtrack? And we all listened in and it was like they were just playing the beautiful like just all strings Bridgerton soundtrack the whole time. It was like a whole vibe. So I'm excited to see that like live. See how it
Yeah.
goes, you know?
I'm trying to get tickets if I can get the day off because I don't know my work schedule yet. But if I can get it off, they have Avatar in concert coming here.
I know. I tried so hard. Those sold out so fast last year.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But that's one I really want to see. I'm
Because
like,
the
I'm so
soundtrack is
excited.
phenomenal. That's why
Yeah.
like Avatar is just so good.
And it's
Yeah.
gonna be live orchestra, like, and they're playing bits of the show behind them
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
And I really want to go, but it's also on Gavin's birthday, and he's not the biggest fan of Avatar, so it'd be me dragging him to something on his birthday that he isn't the biggest
Exactly, Daphne. She's like, I tried getting Avatar tickets too, but they were gone. Like
yeah, they're all
so
resale right now.
fast. I know. I need to get on like their pre-sale list or something because I mean I can picture listening to like Agni Kai like at the just gorgeous. But Daphne, are you
Secret
like a huge
Tunnel?
Avatar? Secret
Live? Can't.
I know we'll finish up here soon too, because it's that way we don't take up all of
Yeah.
Sam's Wednesday and my Wednesday, and people have work.
I
or
don't think I'm
whatever.
sleeping at this point, so
Yeah,
and I work tomorrow.
I
read
feel
this
that.
whole thing and then edit 2 videos. So
Oh geez.
it's just gonna be a long night for
Thank
me.
you. Thanks for popping in. I know you did it for Sam. We love it. I love Avatar. I'm gonna force my kids. Yes, thank you. I had no idea Daphne was a big Avatar fan. I love that's one of the first
Yeah.
things that I think Chloe and I bonded over was like Avatar the Last Airbender.
Avatar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Did you see the trailer for I tagged you in it on Threads. I was like, she probably saw it already, but I mean I have to tag you
Mhm.
of season 2. Like I have hope.
They just announced Toph, like who's playing
Yeah.
Toph. We'll see. I mean, yeah.
Have you seen it yet, Sam?
Yeah.
I've seen the original. I have not
Yeah.
seen the new.
But do you
The
like the
original is
original?
definitely better.
I think if I sat down and just like watched it beginning to end, I would probably like it a lot more. But a lot of it is just
You
like my child
should.
memories of just like watching random episodes.
Oh,
no.
okay, yeah. No,
But
you
then,
need to
like,
rewatch.
Austin loves Naruto. That is like his show.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like if we're in the mood for something animated, it's either like Adventure Time or Naruto, and like there's no in
Adventure Time
between
is
for us.
fun.
Yeah.
You
You
should
need to
definitely
try Avatar: The Last Airbender again. You need to
should
give it like
get
a
back
solid
into it.
try. It has one of the best endings.
The arc, like the
Like,
character arcs,
the
the
arc,
development.
The
It's
art.
so good.
Like, I know
Like,
you
it's
love
more than
Morley
just
Gray,
fiction.
Sam. You need to try it. It is
No,
so
again,
good.
I know everything. Like I've seen enough of it. It's not fresh for me. It's not
Yeah.
like obsession. But also like I don't watch stuff. That's my biggest flaw. Is like I don't really watch TV.
Oh, that's
And when
'cause
I
you
do, it's because I
read.
need it's like when I need a break from reading, I want to watch trashy reality TV and like go
Yeah.
back to reading. So I'm bad
Yeah.
just like watching stuff.
Yeah.
You
I
would
always
like
say
Zuko.
Zuko's my husband, not your husband
Yeah.
being like, "Excuse me, Daphne."
Your
As Jake's
husband being
contact
a
picture in
14-year-old.
her phone as
No.
Zuko. That's hilarious. I love that.
I adore-
honestly, I understand. We all understand. Zuko.
I love Zuko.
I love Zuko, hands down.
Mm.
You're like, oh my god,
Mhm.
guys, what a time. I'm glad you guys got to chat and like meet.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
Yes.
And Chloe got to do her first live.
Yay!
fun and
I know, shout
exciting.
out to Chloe. Look at her out here talking.
I know.
Sharing.
I have a cord coming because I'm doing this on my phone. I was gonna try to do it on my camera, but then the cord broke for the camera, so I couldn't connect it to
Oh.
my computer. So hopefully next time my quality will be better because this phone is not it.
Yeah, well,
But,
this
you
is
know.
pretty great for your phone, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you said like, "Oh, I'm on my phone," I'm like, she's like coming live from her phone. Like, it looks so good.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
no,
driving
when
me
I
a
first-
little crazy, but you know.
When I first started sprinting, I was doing it with my iPad. And then quickly
Yeah.
was like, oh, if this is gonna be a regular thing, I bought a camera, got like a microphone, was like, okay, I'm gonna properly do this. This is gonna be
I
like
know. I
often
told
enough.
Sam I need one because like I like how Daphne sounds in hers. I like how you sound in
Mhm.
yours. I know that when Chloe does more like sit down.
I just
talk
bought
to
another
you,
microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I have
cool.
a mic and I love it. But
I like
yeah,
that
I just
attachment.
need
Can
the
I see that?
cord.
I'm
This
like,
is my new microphone because when I did my like deep dive video, which is now going to be like more common on my channel, I was like, damn, I don't have a microphone on my shitty camera because it doesn't have a port for a microphone. So
Yeah.
the audio is just not great and kind of echoey.
Yeah.
So now I have a microphone that I can hold and be cool like all the other people that do 3-hour-long videos.
I just need
I
wax,
love
I
the
guess,
mics.
for mics. Yeah, I could be like.
I have. Let's
It's
see.
like my favorite trend right now. Like I love seeing everybody be like, look at me in my little mic right now. I'm just like, yes. Give me
I
something
have
to look
a
at.
HyperX. Is what
I
have,
love
and
how
it's
yours
okay.
lights up, Chloe. It's like fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all rainbow. They have a version of this, but it's white. Like the whole base is white, and I don't know if it lights up rainbow though, but it lights up like red, and I think it looks so cool. And I kind
That
of
is
It probably does do rainbow.
But yeah,
But yeah, the reason I didn't get a rainbow one is because I usually have my microphone in frame, and I find it very distracting for me personally to be like, something is moving, let me watch it.
I
Yeah.
love it.
No, it's fun because my mic is like attached to the camera. Like I have an exterior one, but it's like mounted.
This
on
bad
the
boy?
camera.
This bad boy cannot have anything attached to it. She's bare bones.
Mine is like a full on like Canon.
I know
shoot.
everybody else has like the big ones, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
someday.
But that's because
Put
I
'em-
did I do like portrait work, so I had it already. So
Aw.
it's like when starting YouTube, it's like, okay, I got it. Like I can't.
That's
you
cool.
know,
I
it's
just have
whatever.
a little baby camera. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Mine's
Yeah.
a little like point and shoot.
Yep, this is my
Yours
little
is fun for
Canon
vlogs, though,
G7X
Chloe.
Mark I.
Yeah.
Yours is fun
But yeah.
for vlogs.
Yeah, it
It's,
is.
like,
I did
smaller.
a ton of research when I
I don't
finally
use this
hit
for
a
vlogs.
certain amount of. Oh
Do
really?
you use your
This
phone?
is a vlogging camera, and I just use my phone.
It's so much easier.
It's so much
Yeah.
easier, and the quality's like
agree.
not that bad.
Honestly, it's
Um,
not that different with the new iPhone where you can do like 4K even and like
Mhm.
60 FPS. Like it's really not bad. I think
Yeah.
you just need
And
a
it's
good
just- it's so
microphone attached
convenient.
to it.
Also, your phone is just convenient. I mean, when I was
Mhm.
filming,
I have one for my phone
Disney?
now.
Exactly.
been using it
And
all
I was
day.
carrying this around at Disney. I was so scared I was gonna break this. I was like, I just bought this like camera and I'm gonna break it while going on
I
Space
know.
Mountain.
I have a Joby one I really like, but I forget how freaking powerful it is. So when I tried picking it up for an unboxing, I was like, oh wait, I think it's too strong. And looking at the playback, it's like, yep, like I'm way too close. Like it can be all the way over here and it'll catch perfectly. And
Mhm.
I always forget how strong it is. So it's also like, how do you work your mic? You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun, but we'll see.
I'm
See,
hoping
I
in the
want
new
a big
year.
boy one. Like,
I'm hoping to buy a big boy one next year when I have maybe some extra funds, maybe my tax return. I'll just
yeah,
put towards.
Yeah, definitely check
a
during
nice
like
camera.
November and buy through like
sales. Yeah.
B&H and stuff. Like they don't like do awful things with sales tax. Well, you're in Oregon, so it
I don't
doesn't-
have sales tax.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll come over there real quick and buy one.
Yeah,
Honestly,
genuinely.
you should.
I am right by the border. I could just. But I have a Pentax.
Or
but
you
the
can
video
ship it to
quality
my
is-
house and then I can ship
There
it to
you
you.
go. There you go.
Sales
I have
tax.
a Pentax, but the quality is not good. Like I got it when I was in photography, and the video does not work on it. Don't recommend a Pentax.
Yeah,
That's
no,
basically what I'm
I'm
saying.
honestly, I have a Canon. I'm gonna stick with Canon. I already have like the next camera picked out. It's
I
gonna be
love
the M50 something mirrorless something. So yeah,
I need to do a bunch of research on it too.
yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like I don't have $3,000 to spend on like a really nice camera, so I need something like closer to $1,000, but it still will work. Yeah, no, Canon cameras are expensive.
I mean, I know, but I'm like, why would you
Canon's
spend
ridiculous.
$3,000 on a camera? Like you don't.
Tax right
I mean,
off.
I did a pay on 4 on just this camera because I was like, that's too much money to spend right now on paying for it. But
yeah, I can
cameras
now
are
do
pricey.
official BookTube write-offs, and so I'm like, okay, if I
Look
start
at you
making more
go.
money, then I can actually like get big boy purchases and write them off and feel good. But for right now, the books do enough damage. I don't
Yeah.
want to be too greedy on my write-offs because I'm not making enough money to sustain the loss.
Yeah. I feel that. On tax, so I
Refund
definitely
will be
looked
great.
We'll get there. We'll all get there. But thanks for
Yes.
joining me on these sprints. Maybe we'll join Sam's next sprints. It'll be fun.
Yes, I've got lots this month, and I'm also down to do impromptu sprints at any point. If
Like
somebody's
this one.
yeah, someone's like, "Hey, man, I want to sprint." I'll be like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Yeah.
Okay, come join me because I want to do one on my channel and I'm too scared to do it by myself.
Yeah, because I told
So-
Logan we'll do
Tell me
one.
when. Tell me when
Okay.
I'll be there. If I'm not sprinting that
Perfect.
day, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I told her we'll do one on her channel because she's like,
Yeah.
I was like, you can come on here, try first. It's like fun. It's a good time.
Be the
Yeah.
guinea pig.
Especially when you have like people on with you. I think that's
Yeah.
Mhm.
Once you have like a bigger audience, I think being alone makes more sense. But like when you have a small chat of like 4 people talking, you're kind of just like, I don't have enough to fill the space, so I'm just gonna sprint a whole lot, which is
Here's
great for
just some
productivity.
awkward silence.
Here's
Yeah.
some,
That's a lot of just
sometimes. Here's some
okay. And we
company.
talked for 2 minutes. Let's read for 45 minutes.
Well, yeah, it's like let's actually have some company and like read, you know. I was actually really surprised someone recently was like, actually I've had like a few people that are like, can you do those like reading ones where like you're actually just physically just in front of the camera reading? And I was like, you like
Like a
those?
read with
And they're
me?
like, yeah, read with me. And I was like, they're so cute, but I never thought, I don't know, someone would go out of their way to ask for one, you
Mhm.
know, because
I filmed
I don't
one
know.
once and then hated how it turned out. But when I first started annotating Jack the Ripper, I did it annotate with me. Like,
yeah.
I did one of
From-
those
from above.
and it did so bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Nobody
scared
watched
of.
it, and I was like, okay, cool, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
tried
like, I don't
different
think people
things.
actually want to watch this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I love it. We read, we DNF'd, we annotated. We got all 3 versions on here.
We got to talk about musicals.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All across the
I'll be
board.
looking for
Yep.
Sam's text when she goes sees Hades Town.
When are you seeing
'Cause
that
it-
next
oh
month?
my goodness.
Not October.
Yeah,
November?
I think it's on Austin's birthday. So yeah, November 15th is when we're seeing it.
Oh, nice.
And then Wicked comes out the 28th in theaters,
my
which I
goodness.
won't
I
probably
can't
be
wait to
there
see that.
Thanksgiving Day, but I'm going to be there as soon as I can.
It's a time.
Yeah.
I literally am like waiting for them to email me, hey, the tickets are live. So I can order them as fast as I can.
Aw.
I
Yeah, it'll
can't
probably
wait.
be super full.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be a good time.
I don't need to be there like opening day, but maybe opening week where there's like
I
enough
think-
fans going.
The second Moana is coming out that day too.
Oh,
The
Oh,
theater's gonna be
probably.
popping.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Sounds like it.
I'll wait till that goes on Disney Plus to watch it.
Same. I need to go watch Inside Out too.
I finally
Same.
watched it.
Oh yeah,
Is it
I heard
good?
it's.
Yeah,
I've heard
Yeah.
great things.
Me
I
too.
it was
want
really
to see it.
good. It was great. I think they were so clever, like how they thought of everything. I had a good time. I watched it with like my siblings, though. We were all just like looking at each other crying. And also
Mhm.
I will say you will get anxiety while watching it for sure.
Yeah.
Because of the anxiety guy.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh. Like we were all like self-soothing on the couch. We were all like, I was like,
no.
let me breathe. And they're like, me too. Like I was like, I'm holding my breath while this anxiety is like being
Oh.
anxious.
Honestly, though, it's probably so good for kids.
Mhm.
I was
Yeah.
too young to have like language when I was experiencing anxiety in elementary school. Like I just thought I was weird and like it was just like a strange little quirk that I had. And then like much later, I'm
How
like, oh, it's
quirky
called
of you.
anxiety. Like I
How
had anxiety.
You're like, she's not a
Uh,
John Green
no.
novel here.
Yeah, I mean, Inside Out, the first one made me cry. And like when I
Mhm.
first saw that movie, I had just moved. I was like moving in the middle of the school year. I had no friends where I was moving, and I watched
Oh.
that movie, and she's literally like moving from Minnesota to San Francisco, and like she has no friends, and like I was just
I
like,
always
wow,
forget
this
you're like
is
younger when that came.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
a couple years younger than you, but
Chloe,
yeah,
how old are
I'm
you?
like I felt it. I turned 23 in like 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, I'm a little baby. I'm a fetus.
I'm 25. That's that's usually me with most people where I'm like Eliza and Daphne are older than me, and I'm just like, I'm small
Cam
child.
just got her
still.
frontal lobe. So
Hmm?
we're here.
Yeah, I'm a fetus. It's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I first
You're
watched
mature
that
for your
movie, I'd
age. Don't
cry.
worry, sweetie.
Okay.
Were you told that like a
Uh,
bajillion times growing up too? Or is
oh
that
my
just me?
goodness.
You're like,
No,
what
I
a
get told I
compliment.
look younger than I am a lot. Like people
Mm.
expect me to be younger, and I'm like, okay, thanks.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. I get it a lot at my job actually. They're like,
Yeah.
"Are you old enough to be doing this?" And I'm like, okay, that makes it sound weird. But like, anyways, legally, yes. I'll stop now.
You and Gavin.
I'm above the age
both
21.
like
Yes.
Yes, above the
I'm
age
an adult.
21. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm an
That's what I
adult.
was
I can do
looking for.
anything.
Because Gavin
Yes.
gets that too, right? Gavin looks so young.
Yeah, we both get it. And like we'll tell each other how long we've been people they're like, why are you married yet? Or like something like that. Because we were like, oh yeah, we've been together 8 years, but we started dating when we were like 15. Like it's none of their business. I don't know. We get it a lot
I
at
like
work because we work together. Like people are
Oh.
like, yeah, it's lame.
Not
People
that,
should
it's
mind their
none
own
of their business.
business.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
you know.
No, I get that. It's so annoying. We went to like an extended family event, and my stepsister's mom came up to me in Austin. Was like, Austin, why haven't you put a ring on it? And I'm like, ma'am,
I
don't
hate
say
when they do
that.
that.
We are going
Yeah.
through things right now. This is weird. Like
Mhm.
you don't know me.
I hate
You
when people are like,
don't know
where's the
me.
ring?
Yeah. And it's
Back
just like
off.
it's the same thing of like, so when you guys are having kids, it's like, don't talk to me about my relationship status or anything of that sort. No.
100%. Yeah. No, it pisses me off, and I'm like, deal with customer service stuff. So I'm like,
Definitely
yeah.
fight those people, Sam. Fight those people.
Yeah.
Not your friends.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I don't know if I think my mom would be down, but like everybody else probably wouldn't be cool if I like started a fist fight at Thanksgiving.
You know what?
Oh,
But I would be the
dang,
person to
I
do
think
it.
it'd be fun.
strangers. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
rough.
No, my
Oh, yeah.
coworkers know my like relationship status pretty clearly, so they don't talk to me about it anymore. It's quite nice.
I know, but that's
Yeah.
rough. Like with family.
No. Yeah.
Confined
it is.
spaces.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, sorry to go on a offshoot
This is
there.
how sprints work,
conversation.
Chloe. You try to leave, and then you talk for another 10 minutes, and then you try to leave again, and then another 30 minutes.
And then you don't realize what you said.
Yeah.
I know. I was like, okay, hold on. I'm not going to tell people where I work right now, but like
No.
the way I'm saying it is
No,
really
please don't.
shady.
I'll like quick mute you, remove you for your own good. Be like, no, Chloe, no, for
That's not my
safety,
secret.
no.
No.
I was like-
yeah, exactly.
Out here like y'all West, like protecting my friend child. I'm like, no, you're fine.
Oh my god, Y'all West was experience. Like,
It was.
yeah.
It looked pretty cool. I saw a lot of the content
Come
that
with
people
us
were doing.
next time if we go.
I think you definitely got to plan for it and like what experience you want. But like, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was
I mean,
more-
I drove there. That was like a 17-hour
yeah, but I was
straight
excited
drive.
because we made it. I
Yeah.
was like, Chloe, please come. I want to see you. And then
Mhm.
our other friend Nita too. So I also brought I'm always
yeah.
bringing friends together. I'm like, hello,
Yeah.
we're all gonna
No,
be
I
friends.
love it.
No, that was fun. Me and Nita were like saving spots and lines for each other, and we're running around. I had Gavin on bracelet mission.
Yeah.
Like he was waiting in all those lines while we were waiting in other lines. And to come back, he's like, "I have them. You can go meet Air Muffy." And I was like, "Yeah."
But I like
You
told
know,
them each about
nice.
each other. I was like, you guys are both like so sweet. I'm bringing us together. We shall be
Sorry.
trio. We had a good
I
dinner.
keep-
It was a good time.
Yeah, the dinner was honestly
Yeah.
one of my favorite parts of that. Like going
No,
to
me
dinner
too.
afterwards. Like,
My highlight. Yeah. Quality
Also,
time.
I'm sorry, I keep clicking a pen. It's an anxiety thing, so I'm sorry if you hear the.
Oh no, I'm over here like playing with my fingers like off the screen because I just like have to be moving, so I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna. Just
No, I keep playing
fiddle
with my rings or
finger.
like clicking a pen, and I'm like, they can probably hear that in the mic. Oops.
I don't get irritated with that because I like clicking pens.
Me too.
I
But
get
love
irritated in like public, like in class if somebody was doing it because like that was my whole attention. Is like all I can hear is that right now. I can't focus on anything else. It's very distracting for me. Whereas like if it's me doing it, I don't care. If it's like on a stream or something, I don't care.
Oh,
Time
okay.
and place.
Like
Yeah.
in person, probably.
Yeah, I'm really like aggressive when like sounds bother me in person. Where like if there's just like one thing, just I could harm somebody right now if I have to keep hearing this thing.
Yeah, I get it a lot when I'm at work. Because I have acrylics, I will like on
I
the
love
like
that sound.
table.
Yeah.
I will, and people are like, "Can you not?" Like, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I don't even like realize I'm doing it." But they see it as like an impatience thing, like I'm trying to rush them or
Oh.
something, and I'm like,
Oh, yeah, that is true though.
yeah,
I mean,
and
that
I'm
does
like,
have that connotation
no.
for sure.
It just sounds nice and feels
I
good.
know.
I love.
like it.
I talk with my hands all the time, and like I'm always just like making hand gestures.
Me too. Me
So,
too.
yeah.
I use
Sam,
my
have you
hands a
ever had
lot.
people like look at? I feel like at one point during my career when I was like speaking with my hands, I had a lot of like my coworkers like glare at my hands, and like I was like, does it come off rude or when you're just illustrative? I don't think it's weird. I wasn't like, and they need to do, I wasn't like that. I was just like, oh, there's a kid and blah blah blah. But I just saw them like looking at my hands a lot.
I look at hands because I have like a weird thing about like I like hands. Like I just like how long
told
fingers
that the other
like,
day too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I just like how hands look, and so it's like I like seeing people use their hands like if they
have
have good
people
nails
looked
or
at
something or
yours
long.
while you're talking.
I don't make eye contact. I don't really pay attention to like if they're perceiving me. I don't want to know what they think of me. Like I'm talking over here and they're standing here. Like I don't want to
because
know.
in my head I was like, is it distracting? Because then I'd be like, okay, maybe if they find it distracting, kind of like a pet peeve thing, like a nail thing or like a click thing. So I would like put my hands down. They seem to kind of like get out of it and like look up. But I was like, this is weird. I've never had someone almost look mad. That was weird.
That is
I have
interesting.
the worst hands.
Oh no.
Same.
I was working.
I actually don't like my hands compared to everybody else's.
Really?
That's so I had eating disorder for a long time in my life.
Yeah.
And so like still like that body dysmorphia of like my hands
Body
don't look
dysmorphia
like
is
I
real.
want them to look, and so they're bad hands. And it's like a really weird thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was working like 2 days ago, and I'm like, I do a lot of hand movements, and they're like, they're just standing there looking at me, and I was like, did you need something? And they're like, oh no, I just like watching your hands. And I was like,
Okay.
Yeah.
I just like long
here.
Yeah, like I just like how long fingers look. Especially with like nails and stuff. Like it's just I think a lot of it is just being like, I want that. And I like
Have
that.
you
And it
done
looks
acrylics
cool.
before? Have you like done your like
No, I usually just grow my own nails out and then shape
Also,
them.
Chloe, you
the
have
same
really
way.
good hands for acrylics. Like, not everyone has good hands for acrylics, I think.
Well,
you have to find the right shape, maybe.
Yeah, like I mean, these are really short for me right now, but when I've had like really long nails, and then I'll like look back at pictures of them, and I'm like, why did I do that? Like,
yeah, I don't like too long, but usually like just
you should try it. You should like once just like splurge.
I think I would be very annoying because I used to do this all the time, and I think if I had acrylics, like I would just do that 7,000 times more.
It is fun. I like playing with them. I think they're fun.
Yeah.
Like they get a lot of attention, like not in that way, but like they're good conversation starters.
Yeah.
Like people will be like, oh my goodness, what's on your nails? Like, show me. I literally had Lightning McQueen on my nails once, and this dude was like, that is the sickest pair of nails I've ever seen. And I was like, ka-chow. So it was fun.
Same.
Yeah.
yeah, anytime like I paint my nails or grow my nails out, I'm like, wow, I have like nice lady hands.
Nice lady hand. You just gotta
Yeah.
take care of yourself, you know. It's so funny we're talking about nails because I just painted some today for like, I don't know, more fall
Oh yeah.
vlogs.
I
I haven't
love.
painted.
How do
I
people
love
show
it.
their nail? I don't like doing like this.
It's
So I'm like,
awkward. It's
I
like
haven't painted my nails in months. It's
yeah,
just like
same.
I just
That's
like
what I
I'll
was like.
get like in moods where it's like solids of months. Like it's the only thing I want to do is make sure my nails are painted, and then I fall off and just like forget about it.
I was like, can I basically match like, which it
Oh,
kind
I
yeah.
of
love
no.
that.
So I was
When
like, this is fun.
yeah,
This is
when
gel
Jordan the
though, like
Fallen
an
came
at-home
out.
gel kit.
Oh yeah, I've heard good things about those though. Like they're pretty money saving too.
I like the one that I got, which also ended up like sponsoring or whatever, because there's this, it's like this tiny, it's so nice. Like you don't have to
Yeah.
save like a whole giant box somewhere. And it's just fast and easy. I'm like, please, I don't want to be sitting for like, that's why I can't get my nails done because I am so impatient with that. And then I want to
Yeah.
change my color all the time. And you can't do that when you spent like mad money on acrylics. You know, you
I
can't
mean,
just
every
go
3
like,
weeks. Like
I'm like,
is
"Oh."
okay. Well, by the end of the 3rd week, I'm pretty done with it too. Let me be honest. But
Yeah.
I've been really fortunate in finding a nail girl who is like really into
Same.
creativity, and
Same.
yeah,
No, I was
Um,
looking. Yeah, I had
This
to bring this up.
this
but
is
I'll wait.
No, you're
so
okay.
me. Sorry.
no, it's okay. Really into like creativity, so she'll do like really fun designs on my nails and
No,
stuff.
you always
like
have
that.
really fun nails.
but-
I like them. I like that you get them done regularly. I can't
They're
keep
they're
long
just
nails for so long.
it feels
Yeah.
so expensive.
Mhm.
And it's like one of those like self-care things where it's like I could do my nails or I could do this other
Mhm.
thing.
Yeah.
And usually
Mhm.
it's this other thing that like sparks
Yeah,
more
that
joy
makes
for
sense.
me.
Yeah.
And so
Nails
yeah.
is about the only self-care thing I do for myself. Like it's the
Yeah.
only one I pay for. I used to I have acrylics here. Like I used to do my own acrylics, and it took hours to do them myself, and I like always hated it by the end. Like so I'd much
Yeah.
rather go spend like 2 hours at the nail salon and have her do an amazing job and it lasts,
Yeah.
then
I think
That's
the more
fair.
you do it, the better. Because I have a friend who does gorgeous. Like she does her own nails, and they're so
Mhm.
gorgeous. But I know that's like been years of her, like experimenting more and trying, and like she enjoys it. And for me,
Mhm.
I enjoy this little gel machine because like I don't have the patience to wait for them to dry. Like, and I work with my hands so much that I
Yes.
ruin them. And I'm like, I don't want to go to the salon and spend $60 and I'm just gonna chip them because
Yeah.
I'm so like always working with my hands and like doing something. So it's like if I can do it at home for the free and fast and they last, like thank you. And I think
Yeah.
the kit was like $10. It's like
Yeah.
super cheap. Like I love
Have you
it.
tried the stickers? Do you like where like
I
it has
have.
that
I
the
have
little-
tried the stickers. I've tried, Chloe. I've tried.
They look so frustrating.
I
look like a
tried them before.
nightmare.
I hated it. Yeah.
My sister-in-law
Yeah.
taught me like how to put them on, no problem. She's like, I got you. Like this is how, and it worked. It worked really well. But then again, I was like, I'm kind of tired of the design. The top coat eventually wears off, and then it's
They
just
get like faded a little
messy.
bit.
Yeah,
Kind of weird. Yeah.
yeah. So I did not like that, and I was like, okay, I'm just basic. This is adventurous for me. It's not cream. It's not nude. It's not black.
I always go for like a nice sage green. That's my favorite nail
Mm.
color.
I bet
I
you
love
look good in
green.
that.
I do a lot of black. I do a lot of purple.
Yeah, but you look so good in those colors. That makes sense. Yes, I love it.
I can't do bright
Daphne,
colors though.
what do you mean? Sorry, I've been wanting.
Oh, you're good.
Because if people, no, you're fine. Because if people talk, I'm like, hello. I prefer watching people's mouths. Like sometimes I'll actively not like how someone moves their mouth when they. But if you don't,
I'm
then
the
like,
same way with YouTube videos. Like I'll stop watching someone's video if I can't stand how their mouth moves.
you watch mine. Do you watch
Yeah.
mine still? Okay.
Your mouth doesn't bother me, hon.
Thank you.
Your mouth is fine.
I was
No,
like, have I
there's-
seen her in the comments recently?
No, because I have not watched any YouTube. My watch later is like 700 right now. It's bad.
Yeah, we talked about this like at the last
Yeah.
stream. That it's just
November is NaNoWriMo. I'm just gonna work on writing, and on the background will be all of the YouTube I need to catch up on.
What's
There
your
you go.
genre? What's your book?
I've been working on a fantasy for 2 years.
Yes.
So
Pitch. What is it? Can we know?
Elevator pitch.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
have one yet.
What
It's
is it?
like-
Can we ask what it's about?
It's like a D&D campaign where it's like, oh, there's a prophecy and they have to go do this thing, but derailed and insane.
Okay, that sounds
Oh,
fun.
There's like,
you know what? I think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
my favorite part about it is that there's a lot of gods and a lot of godly lore, and one of the things is that they, based off completed prophecies, like tarot card gets made.
Okay.
That's
Nice.
that's my cool gimmick.
Are you also gonna make it a little thriller? Because I feel like if you're a thriller girl, you should add something that makes it like suspenseful.
Yeah,
I mean,
there'll
like,
be like
fantasy can
suspense
be,
because it's
but
it's high stakes, like they could
okay.
die. But there's also like so I made a map 2 years ago, and that's kind of what sparked this whole thing. Is I was just like randomly drawing a map for funsies, and then I was like, actually, this is kind of cool. And now it's spiraled into a bigger
I
thing
love it.
2 years later. But there's like a little island, and it's like dead and decay and very like gothic horror, and so that's a small element of it.
Yeah, no, that sounds
And
fun.
trials.
I've
I love
actually thought
trials.
about like writing it again this year because like I feel like a lot of, not all book lovers, but a majority of book lovers aspire to be published or like write their own story at some point. And like I feel like I've been just chewing on like an idea for a really long time and like trying to explore it in my head because a lot of authors I admire very much believe in play it in your head. What is the movie? Like what is the thing? All of that. But now I just really miss like actually writing, you know, and not just having it in my head.
That's my thing, is I love it in my head, but getting it into words is the hard part for me.
And that's what they
where I'm
say.
like, how do I word the experience in my head?
Yeah.
But I'm training myself that the first draft is for me, and that the first draft isn't going to get published, and it's okay if it's bad. And now that I'm slowly like accepting that as the truth, it's making like the idea of writing it a lot easier.
It'll probably be more
it doesn't
fun.
have to be perfect. Yeah,
because I feel like I've heard authors I admire more and more say once they finally started writing a book that brought them joy and it was enjoyable and fun, that was the book that got published in the end. That they tried so hard in these other manuscripts and it just wasn't going anywhere. And
you write for you and then find the audience.
Yeah, but I was specifically thinking about like This Vicious Grace. I love that book. It's a great duo, but she was literally like, oh yeah, I was gonna quit writing, so I decided like let me write a book that's just for me and like just for the kicks, and it's gonna be the last one I try, and it's the one that sold.
Yeah,
you know, and I think that's like really motivating because it means you don't have to torture yourself like writing something, and you don't have to have these crazy expectations because that's what like second drafts are for, and like editors are for, and beta readers are for, and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm scared. It is freaking hard.
It is hard, but honestly, it's also like practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to be good at writing poetry when you just start, but the more you do it, the better you get at it. It's the same with like writing fiction or even nonfiction. Like just the more you write, the better it's going to get. Like I did NaNoWriMo not last year, but the year before. And I've been writing like my Aurelium character for the readathon. I've been writing her story. And I like will look at it and I'm like, damn, I wrote that? That's not bad. Like I was proud of myself the further along I got, and then I just like fell off the bandwagon. So it's really just like sticking to it.
Oh, that's motivating. That's good. We're here. Well, you know, plenty of readers who would like
read. Oh yeah, Daphne and Eliza both were like, whenever you're ready.
Aw, it's such a vulnerable thing to share too. Sometimes I think more with people you know than like strangers. It's almost like easier to give it to a stranger.
Like I would let Eliza and Daphne do it, but I would never let Austin read my manuscripts. Like you can read it when it's published, but no.
You're like readers. You're like I want to stay in this. I want this to work.
Yeah.
Sam, you're so talented. You inspire me all the time. Friendship, cozy friendship.
She's too nice.
You love it. Well, you definitely put that idea in my head some more, Sam, because
NaNoWriMo was a good time.
It's already been. I know there's a bunch of like drama around it this year, but
unofficial NaNoWriMo. I don't think I haven't seen anyone coin a new term for it yet, and so for now I'm just calling it NaNoWriMo, but basically just
I believe
in November. Yeah.
No, I definitely want to try it because I actually have 2 stories in mind, but can you believe that like one of them is like romance, and that's just shocking for me to like think or say, because I was not, and I still don't think I'm really like a huge romance reader, like, but the story I have in mind has really inspired me from like reading historical romance and like, I don't know, falling in love with the genre and like understanding why romance readers love it so much. I never hated it, okay? Like I was never like, oh, I hate romance.
Oh yeah, no, I don't hate romance, but I don't gravitate towards it either.
Yeah, I don't
when I pick it up, I'm like,
gravitate
yeah, it's a good time. But
Yeah,
it's not like, this
exactly.
is my favorite thing ever.
Yeah, exactly. Like if I gravitate toward, just like Chloe's like, I don't gravitate toward horror, but like you do. It's one of those things where it's like we don't hate horror, we don't hate romance. It's just not our like go-to. It's not like our bread and
But
butter.
you can write any genre, even if you don't like reading it.
Yeah,
I
and
feel
I
like
feel
that's
like
a thing I've seen though. Like
yeah,
authors will be like, "Oh, I don't write what I read." Like they read a completely different genre than what they write. I don't know. I feel like I've seen that in quite a few like author signings when they're talking about it.
yeah, which is crazy because like I mean, I don't know. I feel like you write the story you want to write, like the theme, the point, whatever that means to you. Some authors have literally said like they process their trauma through it. Other people are like, I don't like doing that. It's straight up just for fun. Like it's just there's so many different ways and reasons to write, but it's ingrained in my head as well. Also because I don't know, I had like this cool experience with an author I really like, and it's just like, I don't know, re-sparked in my head of like, remember you like writing, like you do, like you should go back to it. And I'm like fangirling inside, and I'm like, maybe I should like pick it up again, and like try. So we can try. And if you ever want to
And
share,
hey, if it doesn't go well, no one has to know.
yeah, it's just
keep it to yourself and be like, that draft will never see the light of day, and that's okay.
I think
Nobody
that's
has to
fine.
know.
Yeah, I don't think I'm just so indecisive sometimes. That's my hurdle of like plot or prance or whatever. I'm like, I'm probably both, and I don't know where I want to stay. And so it was really cool because you like Maggie Stiefvater too, right, Sam? No, was
I love
I
the
haven't
Raven Boys.
read any yet. I'm reading that this month for the
Nice.
first time.
Okay.
That's the right
I'm
author, right?
slowly
Maggie
going through
Stiefvater?
like, yeah, I'm slowly going back to like the BookTube classic things that I've just missed
Okay.
out on,
I love
and so
her.
I'm catching up. Yeah.
And like you too, right, Chloe? Like you want to read her, or you have?
I've read the Raven Boys.
Yeah, she has
like,
a
all of
very
them.
unique voice. Like it's very
Yes.
yeah. And
I like
but
them. They were
she's an
good.
amazing writer. Like her
Mhm.
her characters are so dimensional. So when I took like her like seminar and stuff, it was really cool hearing her say like you might think you have like 20 different stories, but it's actually one. And like you just have to figure out how you want to say it, but it's think about like what are you trying to say, and like that's your real story, like that's what you're trying to do. So that helped calm me down that I was like too many choices, because I feel like a lot of people have like 30,000 ideas, and then you're like, which
I
one
have
do
16.
yeah, you're like, which one do I pick? Yeah,
I
and
just
so,
what I do is when I get an idea, I open a Google Doc, I spill all of my thoughts and feelings, I make a Pinterest board, and then I walk away from it. And if I'm still thinking about it, that's when I know I want to write it.
yeah,
But that idea is still in the back pocket in case inspiration hits for it. But the
yeah,
story that I've been like thinking of was something like I got an idea for it, got inspiration for it, and then didn't like
going.
focus on it. And then just like sometimes I'd hyperfixate on it so much that it's just marinated over 2 years where it's like slowly developing into an actual plot. Because I'm
Yeah.
very much like, I got the vibes, but I don't get a plot.
That's all you need sometimes, honestly,
Yeah.
because that's how I feel. Like I feel like this year I've barely started getting more of the plot and who the characters are. Like when someone asked Adeline recently, like who was the first character that revealed themselves to you? I was like, okay, I keep hearing about this, but I feel like this year I'm finally getting that. Like I'm finally getting characters that are like actually revealing themselves in my head of like, no, we're actually the character of the story. Not like what you thought, like that's why you couldn't figure it out, because that's not their story. This is our story. It's kind of weird. Yeah. Well, that's my spiel. On like thought process and rawness.
Yeah. No, I love writing. I love seeing like the creative process behind it and like what goes into it. It's very interesting, but also like it's a lot, and it's nice to talk about it because it's a very like solo activity. Like writing is just like you do it by yourself. And so it's nice to share the experience of writing and like the process behind it with other people, because then you don't feel like you're going insane.
And
Would you ever co-write with someone? or do you want to keep it? Because there's a bunch of co-write like authors that they write
Yeah.
together. Do you think that's
I
weird,
don't know.
or like what do you do?
I have like a weird thing. Like, I feel like I would be a control freak where I'm like, no, that's not the direction. That's not right.
I think the
But
same.
I think if I was on like the same wavelength with someone, it was someone I'd be like close enough to, and like we got each other and got the story, then I think it would be fine.
Yeah, like Christina
But-
Lauren. I feel like that's why
Yeah.
they can write together, because they are on that same wavelength. You know, that they can do it together.
Yeah, and there's like Sarah and Greer or something, and they're like a thriller duo that write stuff together. I think they've split up, but previously they used to write a lot of stuff together.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun, but we'll see. Now you got me thinking I should try. Maybe we can like DM each other and be like, "This is so frustrating. I suck." And you'll be like,
Yeah,
"Yep, I
yeah.
feel it."
But honestly, like if you have an idea, just word vomit onto a Google Doc first. Just get some of the thoughts down and then like go from there.
It's funny because I already have some stuff written out of how I wanted it to start. So I already have a few pages. I just like after that I was like, who and what? You know, like where, what's
Yeah.
happening or
It
how.
took me a year to make an outline. Like just chapter by chapter, what I was like, what my target things that I wanted to get done. One whole year.
And I feel like it makes sense when I hear authors of like, but we put in so much work and they get upset with like bad reviews. And I feel like a lot of readers are also writers, and we do get, it's like hard, you know, it's just, I don't know. You like what you like.
That's why
I
you
guess.
can't just don't look at the reviews. The
Yeah.
best that you can. Writing is very vulnerable because like you're often breaking a little piece of yourself and putting it into a character and then like seeing where it goes, and you're talking about important things to you often. But at the same time, like, yeah, you could write a great book, but not everyone's gonna like it, and you just have to accept that. But
But I
you've
feel
got to
like
trust
Chloe-
that like your audience will find your book.
Yes, that's what Chloe had said too, and what I was like alluding to too. You just said is like, I think every book has a reader, and that's cute. Yeah, literally so vulnerable. Yes, because you poured so much thought and like energy into it. If you did like a great job and worked hard, and yeah, some people might not even give it like a full chance. Yeah, so we'll see.
I'm not gonna say things because like this is very public, and then some tea does not need to be on the internet.
Yeah, no, of course not. Yeah, we're just talking about like writing, just in general.
Yeah.
You know, like as
Yeah.
someone who's like
Daphne and I
aspiring.
have had a conversation about a writer recently that released something, and so I was just like, I'm not gonna say this out loud, just
Yeah,
in case.
We'll keep it. But yes, we're gonna go get the tea now, so we'll end. Thanks for everyone that tuned in, and for the sweet words, Daphne. Thanks for Sam, for me, for saying hi to Chloe, and everyone else.
Chloe, we're introducing you to the BookTube friends. It grows
Hi.
exponentially.
Just colliding my world. I always love. I don't know. I love bringing people together, always in different aspects. It
Yeah.
gets crazy. And I'm glad you did some work. Good job, Daphne.
Woo! Now go to bed. It's late for you, Daphne.
It is so late. I need dinner. Like, it's a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to eat snacks.
I'll click end stream. We'll end it.
Bye, public.
Bye.